Hello. Hi.
Alright, so, not video games, but other games. Role-playing games.
Whew.
So, do you guys remember what happened last week?
Yep.
Yeah,
You do?
we ran around the city. We asked a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And then we found passage on a boat to the iceberg. And we killed a baby dragon and found out there's another baby dragon. And oops, there's also a bigger dragon. Great.
Yeah. Which, for those of you who have any knowledge of dragons, you would know it's quite rare for white dragons to be hanging out, as it were. They're sort of the lone wolves of dragondom. So, you know, it's strange. Okay, so, well, it's Lil Bjorn's turn. You're currently in the dark, inside an iceberg. There's a little bit of this weird like glow coming off the ice, but there's not actual light per se. You can just occasionally see silhouettes. So anybody with that dark vision is going to be having a little bit of trouble here. And Lil Bjorn, you do not have dark vision. So you can't see anything in this cave right now. But it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, I don't really want to engage the fight, so I might try and make it brighter in here. Can I do this?
But then they'll know where we are.
Yeah, they will, but
Unless they already know where
we
we
won't
are.
know where they are, right? If it's so dark.
I mean, Rams can still land
I
shots,
think they
apparently.
kind of know we're here anyway, right?
Yeah.
Nephilim just
Um,
killed one of them dead.
Pretty sure I have, like, light. There's a cantrip. Something. Yeah, I do.
I don't think I can create light unless I create like a campfire.
Yeah, you've got campfire. You've got create bonfire. Sure. That would be the only thing that you can do. But that would provide light for up to a minute while you concentrate on it.
Well, there's kind of no point.
Wait, do you?
What else can we do? I guess I'll just move as close around the corner as I can.
Okay. So, you wanna move yourself?
Yeah.
If you right click while you're dragging your token, guys, you can see the distance marker.
Wait, why is this? It's trying to scroll my page.
Make sure you've got select move rather than pan view on the top left where you have your little icons.
So I can go there.
Sure, yeah, 25 feet.
And I already firebolt.
Ready, firebolt. Alright. So, that's then Michelangelo, your turn. What are you doing?
It's my turn.
Yeah, a couple of seconds ago, Dragon yelled at you.
Hold on. Just. How, is it 30 feet that the illusion can be away from me? What was it?
For your duplicate,
Yeah.
I believe you can summon it within 30 feet of you, and then it has to be within 120 feet of you. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, and I can use it to
You can
cast.
cast through it, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have a touch spell, you can touch them with the duplicate. Or you can use it as the point of origin for measuring range.
Okay. I'm gonna wait. How far can I move it? A turn?
You already have your duplicate up. So
'Cause- yeah, no. I mean, like, I want it to go forward, but like, how far forward can I move it?
so you can move it up to 30 feet, but it has to be somewhere that you can see.
Okay. Can I also move?
Yeah, you can move.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's a bonus action to move the illusion.
Jeez. Okay. I didn't mean to move that. I'll move over here, and I'll move him. Oh my god, this is so touchy.
Can you move him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Can't see him though. I'll move him over here, and I'll cast light through it.
Ooh, okay. You're just gonna like cast it
I'll
on a
touch it
pebble
on
on
the
the ground or something, or the wall.
Yeah, I'll touch the wall. Yeah.
Alright, so this radiant light comes out from this point here. And light gives you a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet, so that's 40 feet altogether. So so you've got 40 feet of vision there, so you can see a little bit into the cave. Alright, so you're taking an action, Michelangelo? Oh no, the action was casting light. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm not. I think that's everything.
And so we come round to Juché's turn.
Oh no.
And, oh sorry, I'll just give this guy an X, because he dead.
Yep.
Alright. So it's Juché's turn, and you can hear the rustling of leathery wings unfolding. And you hear this voice roar out, "Who disturbs my lair?" And he has 30 foot of movement, but 60 foot if he takes to the air. And this isn't like the most vaulted of chambers, you know? He's definitely on the smaller side of young dragon, but there's not really enough space for him to like fully fly around. But he can get around a little bit easier with his wings, sort of in these weird little hops where he kind of skips forward and uses his wings to push himself forward. And he is going to move. Well, I mean, he sees the light source, so he's gonna swoop down right on that, not see. You know, there's an illusion there. Is it an action to determine if the illusion is real or not? Let's see. Doesn't say anything about it. Well, he's gonna take a swipe at it, I think. Anyway, so yeah, he misses the illusion somehow. Bites at it, rears his head back, sees that there was no effect. They're really not very smart. Let me just make an intelligence check to see whether he realizes that he did get the illusion. I'd say with a 7, he still thinks you dodged. So not the happiest buddy in the world. So he's gonna make another claw attack and I'll roll for an intelligence check. At this time, he does realize that you're there. So he went down with a bite the first time, then he swipes with a claw, and this time he watches his hand go through and oh, okay. And his head snaps around and goes, trickery! And then he exhales a cone of cold breath across you all. So that's a 30-foot cone.
Oh no.
Which gets all of you.
Shit.
So I need everybody to make a DC 15 con save. So if you get a 15 or more, let me know.
Oh, con. Oh, that's good. Oh my god. I got
What
a
did
plus
you-
7, but I rolled a fucking 4.
Oh,
I rolled a 3.
that's painful.
I got a 9 in total.
You get when you don't check your dice beforehand.
I got 12.
Once today.
I don't think. Wait, what about Rams?
Oh yeah, I'll roll for Nephilim since he's not here. That is. I mean, Nephilim is pretty good at Dex. Nope, that's still not enough. He fails also.
So what? Did we all fail?
We all
Did
just
anyone-
die.
You have advantage, remember, Lance.
I do?
Should do. Don't you have danger sense?
Hold on.
You can see the dragon. It's a Dex save from an effect you can
I
see.
think so. Yeah. Is it? I thought it was a con save.
Oh, you're right.
No.
It was a con save. Never mind.
Yeah.
Ignore me. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was thinking it was
okay,
Dex.
I'm
Oh,
go-
in which case, yeah, Nephilim did even worse than I thought they did. So, did anybody get more than a 15 on that con save?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, that's unfortunate for you all. So I'm just gonna roll 10d8 in the roll 1020 chat.
Oh no.
That's 51 points of cold damage.
To everyone.
Is that shared between us?
No, that's to everyone.
I'm
Does
dead.
anybody have more than 51 hit points? Is anybody not in the range of this cold breath?
No, I think
I
everyone's
got-
in range.
I got 9 hit points left.
I
I
mean,
might
he's
be-
gone.
might be able to stone endurance this.
I believe Stone's endurance. Yeah, damage dealt to you whenever you take damage, so you can roll a d12 to reduce
I don't
that.
think I'll survive. Still, I have to roll. Wait, what was it? 51.
Yeah.
It's.
Oh no!
I have to roll. I have to roll.
You
a
have to
12.
roll. You have to roll a 14 to survive. 'Cause
I mean, it's +2, right? So. I
oh, it
have
is
to roll a-
+2. You're right.
I have to roll a 12.
You have to roll a 12. You'll be on 1 hit
Nice.
point.
There's no way.
Who wanted to hunt dragons?
Am I now the only one still up?
Probably yes. Cold breath's a bitch.
Oh fuck! It fell off the table. I rolled an 8. I am dead.
So we're all dead apart from Lance.
So everyone's unconscious except for Lance.
Oh right, unconscious. Yeah.
Mm.
It's fine.
And I'm gonna roll to see if he gets it back. He does not get it back.
Great!
Oh, God.
So that's Juche's turn.
Great!
Rovan, I'd like you to make a death save, please.
Great!
Oh man.
This is going splendid.
A 10.
A 10. You passed. Just
1 success, yeah.
1 success. When you reach 3 successes, you are stable. When you reach 3 fails, you are dead.
Dead.
Natural 20 gives you 1 hit point. A crit fail is 2 failures. So, Lance, what would you like to do?
I turn around and see that everybody's down, and I take my fucking one healing potion that I have, and I put it into Michelangelo's mouth because he's the one with the healing, and I'm
Alright, roll
force it
2d4
down
plus
his
2.
what is it, 2d4?
2d4 plus 2.
Fuck me.
I think I just did with a dragon, to be honest.
2, 1. What's another one?
There's, how the fuck do we get
I mean, I did
away from
300 damage last time with that dragon. That was pretty good.
8
So?
points of healing.
300.
255. 8 points of healing to you, Michelangelo. You have 8 hit points.
Yay. I'm up.
This was a mistake. This was a mistake.
This was a mistake. This was a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright, and now we come to dragon number 2.
Well, as a bonus action, I would like
yes.
to rage.
Yes, of course.
And since I can still move, wait.
Run.
You're gonna run up to him and rage.
Run in the other direction.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna stay where I am, I guess.
Okay,
But
you
I
don't
do
want to deal
rage.
your 1d6 to him?
No. No, I don't think so.
Alright, so now the little guy is gonna 30 and 30. Alright. Can't get any closer than that. But it does see Michelangelo there, and having seen Juche exhale this huge gust of cold breath across things that he can't see, although he can probably get like a little catch of little Bjorn. He's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna exhale his cold breath, and he exhales his cold breath, and it goes 15 feet and just sort of doesn't do anything, but nobody sees because everybody's unconscious. That could possibly see. And that's that wormling's turn. It's not very bright, but I'll see whether he gets his thing back. Of course he gets his thing back. So I'll make a death save for Nephilim. He passes it. Note that on his character sheet. Where are the death saves? Oh, do you have to be on
The
0 hit
HP
points
was,
before they
yeah.
appear? Yeah. Alright, 1 success for Nephilim. And Lil Bjorn, I'd like you to make a death save for me.
D20, right?
Yeah, d20. No ads.
18.
Nice, that's a success. Mark it down.
Last time the DM. I mean, you can win this fight. It's gonna be hard, but you can win it.
So wait, how many hit points am I on?
Fucking killed
No,
everyone.
no, no. You mark down a success on your death saves. When you hit 3 successes, you don't die.
Oh, okay.
When you hit 3 failures,
God.
you dead.
Like right now, guys, just to give you the impression of what's happened. Lil Bjorn, his last action was to hold a firebolt, which actually we never did trigger that. So if you want to fire off that firebolt right now, that's up to you.
Yeah, sure.
Because you were holding that and I forgot. So you gotta make an
Where do I
attack
mark
roll.
this?
Sorry?
Where do I
You
mark
need to be on
this?
0 hit points in D&D Beyond.
Oh, I see. Oh, there we go. Cool. And now, Fireball is what, 2d10?
Yeah, but you need to make your attack roll first. So, spell attack roll.
17?
Yeah, that'll hit. So roll 2d10.
Eight.
8
So
points
not
of
too good.
damage. Yeah, sure. I'll mark that down.
Yeah, take that, bitch.
Is he dead? Is
Yeah,
he
yeah,
dead?
he died! He died, guys! That was it!
Oh,
Oh, amazing.
It turns out it was a pinata!
Woo!
All this loot just comes spilling out everywhere! It's like
Yay,
every time you
confetti.
hit this dragon, it's like Sonic, but instead of rings, it's just gold coins and platinum.
Nice.
It's actually kind of painful as it hits you in the face. Alright. That's now Michelangelo's turn.
Okay.
wait, how many hit points are you on?
8.
Whoa.
You got any heals
Um,
there, Michelangelo? I feel like that would be a good option.
Yeah. Who do I heal?
Well, if word to the wise, always a good idea to pick the person who's next in the order.
That's fair. Yeah, I just heal the fucking dragon.
No, you man.
Yeah.
Does Rowan have spells?
Is my illusion still up as well?
Yeah, it's in touching distance of the dragon if you had any, like, touchy spells. Like, say, inflict wounds.
Maybe get the party up first.
Hey, I'm just throwing out advice. If you want to take it, that's up to you.
I mean, sure.
3rd level inflict wounds on the dragon.
Kill it dead. Is it dead then? DM, is it gonna be dead then?
Yeah, I mean, sure, if he rolls well. Yeah, I mean, maybe. No.
It has 120 hit points, Michelle.
Not. No, it doesn't. It's not true.
Right.
It had
we did
133.
and we did 8 damage. Well, Bjorn did.
Yeah. And it was fire damage as well, which has 0 extra effect.
I just want to
Thanks
say
for
that
that.
when we started this, I put some
Hey.
battle music in my own background.
Yep, that's what I've got going on.
And now
Yeah.
it's just sad.
As soon as that started and everybody was down, I was like, oh no, this is too real. I have to pause the music.
Oh no.
Oh god. This
Yeah,
was such a mistake.
Yeah. I mean, it was incredibly unforgiving. You just got blasted. Like,
Dragons, man. Dragons.
yeah. I'll
It
use.
was a recon mission. Let's get the fuck out.
I use healing word. On
Alright, bonus action heal.
on Rovan.
Alright, Rovan. You're gonna get some hit points. Roll your healing there, Loftus.
Yeah, I'm just.
What level are you casting it at?
Phew. Oh,
Bless you.
thank you.
I'll roll. I'll cast it at 3rd level. Why not?
3rd level. Alright, so that's gonna be 3d4
3D.
plus your wisdom modifier.
Which is 3.
Roll well.
Roll a 4 every time. 5. 7. And another 5. So that's 17 hit points.
Nice. Plus your wisdom modifier?
Yeah.
Okay, so 17 hit points to Rovan.
Do I get bonus action and movement?
That was
and
your
stuff?
bonus action.
That was the bonus.
Healing
action.
word is a bonus action.
Man.
So you
Okay.
still have an action. You can cast a cantrip. You can't cast another spell that's like a leveled spell. So
Mm-mm.
whenever you cast a spell as a bonus action, you can only cast cantrips for the rest of the turn.
Okay. I'm gonna move.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna move backwards.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe like. Oh my god, this thing is like so annoying. I didn't want to move that far. I want to move like just out of range of him. That cold
All
breath.
right, cool.
And I will cast as an action. I'll hit him with a sacred flame. Let's go.
Sacred
Cantrip.
flame. All right.
Yeah, get him.
All right, so that's a dex save for the dragon. That's a 6.
Yeah, I don't actually like what is it?
So it's 2d8 damage.
Oh, he needs to make a save of 14.
Yeah,
Wow.
he rolled a 6, dude. He hit. It worked. Do the damage thing.
Okay. It's 3
3
and a 7.
and a 7. 10 points of damage.
Nice.
Man, you're tearing through this guy.
So fucked.
I mean, just 12 more times and he's gonna be dead.
So now we come to Juche's turn.
Cool.
Oh man.
And seeing, he's been hit by 2 spells. He's taken some damage. He's going to lunge forward. He's going to slam a claw into Rovan. And even though this dragon's like on the smaller side of Young Dragon, it's still pretty big. And this claw's like a solid, probably 2.5, 3 feet in size. And it's going to slam into your chest, Rovan. And I need you to make either an athletics check or an acrobatics check, your choice. As he's going to try and grapple you to the floor.
Please dodge. Use dodge. Oh no.
What did you get?
5.
Yeah, so just coming back to consciousness, you're already prone on the floor from. In fact, actually, I would say with the ice breath, you're probably still standing, just kind of getting the ice crystallized over you. The healing that went into you, just enough to sort of shatter that and give you some motion again, and then the dragon claw just like slams you into the ground. And Juche's leaning over you and says, "Why? Why must you keep disturbing us?" And he's gonna sort of take another claw attack at you, which I feel kind of bad about because you grappled and everything, but that's 21 to hit.
Just hits a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and that's 10 points of slashing damage to you.
Okay.
Still alive.
And then it's gonna bite you.
No, you're not.
Come on.
And
What's
that's a
this
natural 1.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
so it's got you pinned with one claw, and it just
Bites
kind of
its own
clobbers you
arm.
round the face with the other one, and then it's staring at Lance, and it's gonna lean down and try and bite you, but it's not taking its eyes off Lance now that he's sort of a little bit more aware of your presence, since he took a step further around the corner. So that's Juche's turn. And Rovan, it's yours. You are currently grappled. You can use an action to try and escape the grapple, or you can attempt to attack from within the grapple. It's really up to you.
If I attack from within the grapple, is that disadvantage?
If you're using a ranged weapon, it absolutely is.
I'm gonna try and escape this grapple.
Alright, acrobatics or athletics check, your choice. It's a contested roll, so I'm rolling as well. Fucking hell.
19.
Yeah, you escape.
Okay.
Distracted by the fact that its cold breath didn't fully knock out everybody, which it seems a little surprised by, staring at Lance still standing, this blue-skinned large creature with a very large weapon. The ice is still like hanging on you guys, starting to melt. It's quite uncomfortable. It's a little like sort of damp and cold. and you're able to just sort of lift the claw just enough that you're able to scramble out underneath, from underneath it, and yeah, sure. So you've got your movement and a bonus action left.
So can I move away without getting slapped again?
You can certainly try.
Mm.
Right now you're still standing though, so you can. Sorry, no, you would have been prone because he slammed you to the floor. So now you can stand up as well. Take half your movement.
All right, I'm gonna try and stand up, and so halves my movement, so I can still
Yeah, you still got
Still
15
try.
feet away.
try and get like over here.
How you doing, Rovan? How's your mental
How
state?
am
I saw the roll earlier.
The mental state.
Yeah,
He's not feeling.
not feeling great.
he's-
All right,
No.
it's worth bearing that in mind. Would Rovan have stepped away? Is the question that I'm asking you. That's kind of what I thought, but but I have to
I mean,
ask.
if you're better at attacking from a distance, maybe you would have stepped away.
I
It-
am, but I can't let my family get hurt again.
You hear that
Again.
sort of
It's emotional.
echo around the cavern. I can't let my family
Can
get
I
hurt.
switch from my bow?
Yeah, of course.
Can I switch from my bow to my two daggers? Well,
Yeah.
I've got one
Yeah,
in my
sure.
already equipped, but could I equip the other one and
Yeah, of
put the
course.
bow on my back?
Yeah. I consider
Yeah.
it a free action to change between weapons. You guys are experienced with your tools. I don't want to like. I just don't like the bookkeeping of it. To be perfectly honest, I like to give you cool shit. And if you want to use a range of that in a turn, I encourage that. Use your tools.
Alright, I'm gonna switch to the other dagger. I'm a hunter's mark, the guy with my bonus action.
Ooh, Hunter's Mark. Very nice. Good call. Good call. So, Lance.
Yeah. Oh, is it my turn again already? Fuck. Well,
It'd be like that when
well,
everybody's unconscious.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30. 30. I mean, sure, why not? I'm gonna move there. Am I flanking?
Ooh. Yeah, you are flanking.
Well, that's great, because I'm gonna attack it with my trident. And I get advantage, and I'm gonna use Great Weapon Master.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on, big damage.
Ooh. 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
That's good. Plus 2 is 23 points of damage.
23 points of damage. That includes the plus 10?
That includes the plus 10, yeah.
Well,
and then
he looks like he might be in double digits now.
I'm gonna do the fucking same thing again, because I have 2 attacks.
Yeah, you do!
Yeah, I
Oh.
do.
Let's go, big damage.
Oh, that's 14.
No.
Nah. Well, as my bonus action, I use my Storm Aura.
Dex save?
So he has to make a Dex save of 15.
That's 12. This guy can't roll saves or, like, contested checks to save his goddamn life.
That's... Wait, I have to look at this. That's 5 points of damage.
5 points of
Lightning
damage.
damage.
Lightning damage.
Yeah.
Alright, so you Lance dance across, skirts under. I'm gonna say you probably like slide between his legs, kind of thing.
Sure,
Spring
yeah.
up, trident
Something
him.
cool,
Yeah,
definitely,
exactly,
yeah.
right?
Mm.
It's Lance doing her thing, you know,
Mm.
distracting, flanking. You're a little concerned about the dragon that's very obviously like not that far away from you on the other side
Mhm.
now, but
I know.
well, there's a bigger one to deal with, and you got a big trident, so you just try and bury that thing in the back of his tail, and you get him good, and he sort of roars out, and you go again, but he's like reacting to you having hit him, and you just slightly miss. scrapes off one of his scales. So,
Yeah.
that'll be your turn. And now it's the second wormling. And it's gonna oh, I'm an
leave.
idiot. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, yeah, I mean he gets there. So that's gonna be, yeah, he's gonna see that there's two of you there, so he's gonna use his cold breath. So
Yeah.
make
Nice.
a con save.
Expected.
He doesn't know the other one's an illusion.
Oh wait, yeah. What's an
He's an
illusion?
idiot.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right.
Nice.
So that's hang on.
It's probably not good.
I actually have enough d8s to roll this one, I think. Oh no, I need one extra one.
Fuck. Probably still gonna go down, guys. I'm sorry. Should have run.
17, 20, 21. So
Biggest one.
that's
Yeah,
10 points of cold damage to you.
Yeah, I'm down.
It's a rip.
So wait, what happens now? Are we all down?
Don't you take like cold?
No,
thing?
not everybody's
Don't you take, like half damage or something.
Rovan's up. Michelangelo's up.
Oh.
So, Lance, this cold blast comes from this wormling right behind you. And
Yeah.
sort of the ice crystallizes around you, locks you in place, and the illusion seems completely unaffected, and the dragon seems perturbed about that.
Yeah.
So,
And I just make my illusion like turn and look at him and just be like, fucking little piece of shit.
yeah, sure. If you want to flip him off with your duplicate, I'll let you flip him off. No worries. That's a free action for sure.
Yes.
Makes me even more confused.
Yeah. Only one person speaks Draconic, right? Who speaks Draconic?
I do.
Yeah, you're the only person who's been able to understand what he's saying. Oh. Yeah, no, actually, he would have been speaking Common, now that I think about it. Sorry, I tell a lie. Yeah, he can speak Common. So... that's now Nephilim's turn. And Nephilim makes his death save with a 15.
Nice.
Bjorn,
How many saves is he?
death
made?
save, please.
What's
Yes.
Ramses' total?
19.
now?
19. Mark it down. What's that, Lofty?
What's Ramses' total now?
Two
Oh,
saves.
Nestle. He's made 2.
Okay, so that's Michelangelo's turn now.
Okay. I wish I had AoE healing, man. So I was.
You don't have
Oh.
like mass cure wounds or something like that, right?
That'd be
You mean
so
that
good.
like 5th level spell?
Yeah, I don't know. I have.
I think I think you've got mass healing word at 4th level. I think that's the closest.
Except for pyro, so.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Lance will. Oh, doesn't look like it.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna use cure wounds with my illusion on Lance.
Yes, thank you.
All right, cure wounds on Lance. What level are we doing?
Second level.
Second
So-
level.
Two
sweating.
D8 plus. Alright.
God.
High roll, please. That's an 8. Yes, that's a high roll. And a 7. And that's, okay,
Nice.
that's
18
Is it
points
plus your wisdom?
and then it'll be plus 6. So
plus 3.
isn't it plus 3 on each? Oh no, it's not.
It's your
just
wisdom.
Okay, so yeah, +3. So that's 18.
Ah, amazing.
Whoops. Yes.
Thank you.
Oh right, and then I have a bonus action. No, that was the bonus action, right? Or was that an action?
Okay, Cure Wounds is an action.
Okay, it's
Yeah, that
healing.
was your action, so you've got a bonus
Healing
action left.
Okay, all right.
There's
Can
not
I
much you
cantrip?
can do as a bonus action when you've already cast a spell.
Can't really do it. Let's see. Is there anything I could do?
Bonus
Hmm.
actions are very specific generally. So you could move your duplicate.
Okay. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move. Oh wait. Oh, I have to be able to see him.
You have to be able to see where he ends up, yes.
Oh no. I wanted to.
You wanted to make him run the other direction? Yeah, that would be super cool, but
Yeah,
unfortunately.
but it, like confuse the small one even more.
Yeah,
by,
right.
putting him in his face.
Pretty
Oh.
stupid.
I mean, you could still just like make him run away and hope that he chases the flipping off target. Just doing the middle finger dance. Excuse me.
Nah, I'll just stay where I am and leave the illusion where it is.
All right. Juche's turn. Constantly with your prodding and your poking.
Fuck.
What is it you want? More ice for your drinks.
What? Tells jokes now? God damn it.
I mean, you can insight check it if you want, Michelangelo. See what he
Sure.
meant by that.
I roll a 5. Wait. Is there Oh wait, my passive insight's 16.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I mean, we'll just roll on that then. Yeah, it seems legit, like he's genuinely asking.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well,
Genuinely asking if you need more ice for your drinks.
it's no good.
Just say yes, please, actually, and then take some ice and get out. Like, sorry, we just wanted some ice.
But he's gonna wheel around.
Yeah, fuck you.
I forgot to roll for his ice breath last turn. He does get it back.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
If you forget it, that's your.
I mean,
die.
yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I won't use it this turn. He has it back. I'm not gonna roll for it again, but we'll save for next turn that he has it. Because that's fair. If you guys got something for like a whole combat round like that, I probably would be a little less cool with it. So he's just gonna turn around and just like he's feeling surrounded now. So like before, when you guys were all in like a cluster that he could very easily breathe on, he felt very in control of the situation. But you see him now twisting and turning, and he's gone from looking like this dragon in its lair to like, you know when you put a cat in a cat carrier and the cat does not want to go to the vets, and it knows what the cat carrier means, and it's just sort of like, you know, it doesn't want to be near you, but it's also in the carrier, so there's only so many options available for that, and also it doesn't want to be in the carrier, so there's just like a lot of like unhappiness. And that's kind of where Juche is at right now. So he's going to wheel around and just kind of frantically claw at you. That's a 2 plus some stuff. So Lance, you escape. And he's flailing, so he's going to flail at Rovan as well with another claw attack, which is a 4 on the die. I actually can't believe this shit. Look at it.
God.
It's a 4.
Safe.
I feel like we deserve this after the first
My
round
illusion
of
is just
combat.
doing
Yeah.
the full.
And it's just kind of spinning on the spot, and it'll go for a bite attack on the illusion, forgetting that it's an illusion. And that's a 19, so just like wholly consumes the illusion.
Stick
I just
out
like
its
step
mouth.
out.
Yeah, it's just clipping through like a video game bug, you know.
Oh,
You hear a sharp intake of from the other one, so it sees that,
Oh my god.
and you're still flipping off the smaller one.
flipping off the smaller one, dancing, half clip. This is a.
Are you just doing the robot? Is that what I said?
Glitching
Oh
around
my god.
his face.
I guess it would be called the Warforged in this world.
This is still a terrible situation.
It's pretty terrible, yeah.
This is
but
like the
that
best
went
of
well
a bad
for you.
situation now.
Rovan, it is your turn. This dragon's looking pretty frantic. What are you doing? You got your daggers in your hands. You're in melee with it.
And I'm flanking it as well.
Yeah,
right?
you are. You could climb
Turn
up
it
that
around.
thing with your daggers.
Alright, I'm gonna go for the run up the tail, the run up the spine.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yes.
Just stab both daggers into the neck.
Yeah, okay,
Right.
let's go.
I'm going for a full like straddle. Like, yeah,
Roll your
let's
first
go.
attack.
So that's
Ride this bitch.
Advantage.
Yeah, you have advantage because you're flanking.
I've never done anything with my daggers.
Just roll a d20 as normal, but with advantage, and then it's 1d4 plus stuff.
1d4.
Plus 1d6 plus dex. For the first one.
Okay.
Hunter's Mark's once per turn, right?
I thought it was any time I hit with a weapon attack, but
You could be right. Yeah, whenever you hit it with a weapon attack.
okay. And that's d6 plus.
So it's 1d4 plus 1d6 plus your dex. It's how much damage you're doing.
So that's 9 damage on the first attack.
Alright. Roll your second attack. Offhand attack. No dex mod on this one.
No dex mod, okay. And that's 3.
Did you roll with advantage? Because you might have gotten a 20.
Yeah, you had
I didn't
advantage
get,
on both those attacks.
I didn't get a 20 on any of them.
Okay, cool. So, Rovan, you straddle up and you try and find the neck, but this is still, like, bigger than a wormling, and there's a lot of neck to choose from, and you kind of go, "Gah!" and you don't know how effective it was, but you feel like you got it. Man, I feel bad for you with that second roll, though. Like, a 2 and a 1, I'm guessing you rolled?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks,
Oh,
dude.
damn.
That sucks. I bet the d6 was the 1.
The d6 was the 2.
Oh, okay, so it could be worse.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Alright.
Getting potential out of my dice.
Lance.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah.
What
I'm
would
raging. I'm gonna rage again.
Okay, you're raging again.
Yeah.
Who you hitting with your lightnings?
Surely we should focus the big one, right?
I think
Unless-
so. Yeah. I'm gonna.
Unless
I'm
you
gonna
can one hit
the-
the small one.
I don't think I can.
You do have a daily. It's potentially possible.
Hmm.
I
what?
do. Yeah.
She's got daily. Something you can do once per day.
I'm gonna use the just from activating it as the bonus action. I'm gonna hit the big one. So
Natural 20.
save. Fuck. Yeah. No. That's,
Hey, if he's gonna roll a natural 20,
just-
on
I
that
make
was pretty
so-
good for you guys.
Yeah. I make so much more damage when I'm just hitting him normally. No.
That's
I'm
fair.
just gonna attack him twice.
Yeah, no
With
worries.
advantage with Great Weapon Master again.
Yeah. It's not great against single targets. That's fair. It's more of an area.
Yeah. That's a natural 17 plus 7 for the first one.
That'll deal damage.
And a natural 18 for the second one.
Are these Great Weapon Master, by the way?
Yeah, both
Yeah,
of
I
them.
assumed.
Oh, fuck me. 3 plus 2
Again,
is
using
5
the
plus
dragon to do
4
so.
Is 19 for the first one.
19 damage.
pretty good.
8, 10, 14, 24 for the second one. 8, 10, 14, 24 for the second one, yeah.
So, as this dragon's whirling around and its tail's whipping through the air and it's clawing at everything and biting everything, looking cornered and frantic, you trident into the back, just getting it right in the rump, and you hear this, why? And then you get him again on the other side, and he looks pretty hobbled by this. You know, he's looking a little rough right now.
Cool. Okay. I think that's all I can do.
Now it's the
Yeah,
second dragon's turn. Oh, unless you want to move. You can move.
No, moving is stupid. I want to give the advantage to Rovan, so I'm gonna stay there and hope I don't die.
Okay. White Dragon Wormling, if I recall, got his breath back.
No.
So, that's a con save, please, Lance.
Yeah. 17.
You make the save.
Please roll badly.
It's a pretty bad roll. That's 2 2s, a 1, and 2 5s. So that's 7 points of damage. Cold damage.
Okay.
And it still is just like looking with disgust at this duplicate that will not die or do anything. Like the ice isn't even forming on it. Its eyes are just like. You can hear it.
Flip off the small one as a free bonus action, look at the duplicate and be like, yeah.
And Rovan, you hear, attack the grey one in Draconic. It doesn't seem affected.
Okay.
Coming from a dragon that you can't see. Well, you can see him, but he's like behind. But like this wormling's like, attack the grey one.
The wormling shouted that. Okay.
Yeah, the wormling shouted
so
that.
Stupid.
Intelligence of 5.
Nice.
I just want to shout back. No, don't do that. He's important.
In Draconic.
In Draconic. Yeah.
I'll let you use your reaction to do it.
Sure. Okay.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh,
so what did you say exactly?
Said anything. I didn't say anything, you know.
Oh, okay, if you don't want to, yeah, it's fine.
No, I've done it now. It was for fun, but yeah,
Okay.
I want to shout that he's important. Don't touch him.
Okay.
When I hear the,
Make a
the thing
persuasion
about the
check.
burial. Okay.
Oh boy.
A 6.
A 6. Yeah, it's a shame. If you'd got the timber right, you think that maybe this wormling is stupid enough to think, hey, anything speaking Draconic is a friend.
Damn it.
But unfortunately, you didn't quite get the timber, and it was too obviously a humanoid voice, so not quite getting there.
High pitched Draconic.
Yeah, your voice cracks in the middle, and you're like, shit, that's dragon's voices don't crack. All right. So that's that wormling's turn. It's Nephilim's turn. Let's make a death save. That's a natural 20. Nephilim has 1 hit point.
Let's go.
Yes.
So,
Is that his turn though? Can he do stuff or is he?
So death saves at the top of your turn. So yes, he can do stuff.
Okay.
So seems to be a whole bunch of people in melee, and well,
Do rogue stuff.
do rogue stuff indeed. All right. So
How are any of
that's
us alive?
like I said, it's winnable. It's just going to be difficult. That's 19 to hit.
To be
So
fair, I feel like we're doing pretty good considering we're only half the party because everyone is fucking down.
Yeah.
to be fair,
I think
Lance,
they're-
your
they-
attacks are doing pretty well.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Big damage.
I need another d6 for Nephilim's damage because it's a 3d6 sneak attack. Wait, he is up to 3d6. Yeah, he is. That's a very average roll. That's 13 plus 2, so 15 points of damage for that attack.
How does the weapon look now?
Super rough. So you've got blood welling out of these huge wounds on his haunches from your trident, and there's now an arrow like stuck into like a wing joint on the back, that's just kind of lodged in there. And Nephilim is going to step to the side and make a stealth check. Badly. That's a 9, so Nephilim thinks they're hidden. Bjorn. I need you
That's
to
your
make a
turn.
death
Get up.
save.
Rise.
13.
13.
No. Oh,
you are
yes.
stable, but you don't have hit points, so you're not conscious.
Ooh.
So you're no longer at risk of dying.
But he can't do anything.
Can't
He's
do
just-
anything. He's unconscious.
Yeah, we might need to get him
He's
a
alive.
weapon point.
Wait, so did that count as a success?
Yeah, anything over a 10
Yeah.
is a success on a death save.
If you got 3 successes, you don't need to make the saving throws at your next turn. You're just
Yeah, you don't
No.
need. You no longer need to make death saves.
so you're not gonna die.
Well,
So, wait.
unless a dragon hits you.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right. What's your total hit points, Bjorn?
Mine,
Yeah.
like 27.
Just double checking. You were really close to straight up dying, dude.
How do you only have 27 hit points at level 5?
He's
Hashtag wizard.
yeah, he's a wizard.
Still! Oh my god!
Make sure you're updating
You're a
your
wizard, James.
health, dude. Are you
God,
using
I
Roll20 or are
don't
you
know.
using
I'm using D&D
Ooh.
Beyond.
Yeah, so make sure you update that.
Wait, what do I do?
Well, you've succeeded on your saves. Okay, yeah, cool. Sorry, it wasn't updating for me for some reason. All right, so that's
My turn.
Michelangelo's turn. What are you doing?
I'm gonna cast inflict wounds on Big Dragon through my
What
clone.
level are you doing that?
3rd level.
Oh shit! Let's fucking go!
Yeah.
Come on, I just hit him, you bastard. 20. Let's go.
A natural 20?
Natural
You just rolled a
20.
natural 20 on a level 3 inflict wounds.
Yeah.
Yes!
My cable does not go far enough.
Okay,
I swear to
okay.
God, I take a picture for you.
Lofty. Listen to me. I need you to roll 10d10 damage.
Wait, 10. 10d10.
Well, it's 5d10 normally, and you just rolled a natural 20, so 10d10 damage, please.
Oh my god.
Can I do that using the bot? That's
I just want to point out that that's the same number of dice that he rolled for his cold breath, but at a higher die value.
Oh my god. Alright.
Yes.
Wait. Does that work? No. How do I what's the command to roll? In on roll 20.
/R.
Ah, okay. /R.
10?
This is ridiculous.
Gets 1.
Inflict wounds is fucking brutal.
Oh, big damage. Yes.
So I'm going to tell you what happens from the perspective of the wormling. So the wormling has watched this huge Goliath just seemingly be able to phase through his bigger brothers like more. Like there's been claw attacks, there's been bite attacks, there's been a cold breath. Nothing has affected this thing. It's just been flipping him off. It's just been middle finger, flex, middle finger, flex. It's just like an aerobics workout. And then, Michelangelo, how does your duplicate reach out and touch the large dragon?
Just nonchalantly like walks up. So it's like casual stroll. Just taps him on the stomach.
And from radiating out from where your duplicate's hand touches that stomach. The scales suddenly become almost see-through, like it's an X-ray almost, and you can see the veins of this dragon below the scales, and this effect ripples out from the hand, and then these veins just explode outwards in this explosion of blood as scales go flying through the air like shrapnel. In fact, actually, that was brutal enough. I'm gonna need Lance and Rovan to make a dex save.
Oh my
Okay.
god!
No.
Natural 1.
This one,
No.
this is something you can see.
9.
Dex save 13.
So you take 9 points of damage, Rovan, and
I'm
Lance, you take 4.
unconscious.
As the scale hits you
Is this
full
like
in the face.
Bashing, piercing, what damage
Bludgeoning,
is this?
bludgeoning. So it's halved for you as well. So,
So
then
it's just 2.
2
Am I
points of
okay?
damage. As a scale just like slams off your face, and you're just like.
One hit
Yeah.
Roman and just knocked him out.
Rovan just gone.
Yeah. I mean, the scale went flying through the air and hit you in the face. These things aren't small or light, so yeah. I mean, they're armor plating for dragons. It's like
Run after it.
you basically
Get
set
it.
off a pipe bomb that just explodes from the
I didn't
outside.
think it was gonna explode. Well, you know,
I
kind of
didn't
thought
think
he
you were
was
gonna roll
into it.
10d10 damage against my down dragon.
There's still another dragon to do.
Oh, I'm
Can a
so
scale
happy.
at least hit the smaller wormling? Can he make a dex save?
That's fair. That's fair. I'll say that he has to make a dex save as well. He doesn't have a plus, so he fails, and he takes 9 points of damage. But the downside of that is that if he's in range of the shrapnel, so's Lil Bjorn, and Lil Bjorn is unconscious, so mark down a failed death save there, please, Bjorn.
He's not dead though.
No, but he has a death save fail, so 2 more of those and he will be. Even
Okay.
though he's stable, he can still receive
Thanks.
damage. So,
You just popped it. You just popped it.
yeah, like it was
Yeah.
impressive, and that Lance, you're like, oh shit, maybe that dream wasn't fucking around.
Yeah. That's
As you
pretty
watch a not
cool.
even real version of Michelangelo pop a dragon, like it's nothing. Like he could have done it at any point, and he just chose not to.
Yeah.
That is not true.
Bonus
I have
action.
to stabilize my friends.
You have a bonus action there,
Oh, what, me?
Michelangelo? Yeah.
So big dragon is no more.
Yeah, you can move your
Uh,
duplicate if you want to. You can move yourself if you want to. I'm gonna put a big ass goddamn X on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Uh,
god.
Lance, how many hit points are you on?
9.
9!
9.
I'm gonna stay exactly where I am. I'm just gonna end my turn. That's it.
Alright. Okay, so that's
I passed my death save.
Rovan, you failed your death save?
I pass.
Or you passed? Good stuff. Nice. Lance.
Yeah.
The big dragon doesn't appear to be a problem anymore as you're watching it kind of looking at it kind of inside out.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. How does the small one look?
The small one that looks like it took a scale to the face and is otherwise pretty much fine.
Well, then I'm gonna attack it
Okay.
with my trident.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
Reckless.
Oh
Weapon
shit.
master.
Let's
I'm
go.
doing this.
Oh
I don't
my
wanna-
You're gonna
Yeah, bad.
destroy it.
14. Does
Sorry?
14 hit the small one?
A
14.
14 just misses, so the trident scrapes off the scales.
Natural fucking 20.
Oh shit. Drop that 4d6!
Ooh. As 6, 12, 16, 18, 22, 32 damage.
32 damage.
Damn.
What the fuck?
How do you want to do this?
I just want to kind of go like for the same spot where Michelangelo touched the big one, being like, that seems to work, and just kind of ram it right into it as far as I can go.
Yeah, and you're kind of surprised when your hand enters the wound.
Ooh.
As you just like expecting more resistance, you give it everything, and your hand just kind of like shoves inside, still holding the trident. You're like, ooh.
Well,
And your
I'm
trident's
covered in
long
goo
as well,
anyway.
so you kind of look over the shoulder of the dragon to see the end of the trident just kind of like rising, and you're like,
You've just skewed it.
yeah, and you're like,
Please
well,
give up, anyone?
yeah. And you think to yourself, the only way I'm going to get this out is by pulling it all the way through. So
Oh fuck.
yeah, the dragon is dead.
Yeah.
Good fucking job, guys.
That was such a poor start. I'm so impressed.
I thought we were done.
Me too. You know, I was like,
every
oh,
single
God,
week I
God,
think we're dead
no,
in some.
When I rolled
Right.
51 damage for the first thing that the dragon did, I was like, oh, yeah, this could be bad.
Oh my god.
I
It
could
will
see
make
all of
sense.
my plans like falling into ash in my mind. Yeah, so Bjorn, just to give you an idea, if you take enough damage that you go unconscious, and the amount of damage that's left over is more than your total hit points, you automatically die. That's how close you were to automatically dying. 3 hit points away.
Oh.
If I'd rolled 3 more damage, you would just be straight up dead right now.
Let's go
Why
heal
not?
people.
Can I heal?
No.
Can I heal Bjorn?
Yeah,
And,
you can go
I'm
around.
Nephilim.
Roman.
I'll just I've got
I have
4
some
first
rocket
level
launchers, okay.
spells, so I can just heal everyone. Rovan, Bjorn.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Nephilim.
just roll out the hills. Roll out the hill train.
I'm only doing it
Michelangelo, easily MVP of this fight.
Yeah.
Yo.
Cool.
The
Yeah.
Goliath is important, what can I say?
That's
Yeah, I
8
was the only one standing after that first attack, so.
So
hit
am I
points for
awake now?
Rovan.
Sorry?
Fuck me.
8 hit points for Rovan.
Yeah.
That's 10 for Bjorn.
Bjorn, you're
Oh.
conscious again.
And
Oh,
that's
my
8
fireball hit!
That's
I
8
killed it,
for
guys.
Nephilim as well.
That is exactly what happened. Bjorn went, oh shit, firebolt, and then got hit by a blast of cold air. It comes to consciousness and the dragon's exploded and he's like, I did it!
Oh, yes, you did. Oh yeah, and it's 8 hit points for Nephilim as well.
8 hit points for Nephilim. That brings him up to a juicy 9.
So everyone is stable and breathing. The dragon's dead.
Dragon is dead.
Phew.
I want to look at Michelangelo and be like, remind me to not piss you off at any time, because if you can do that with your duplicate, I don't want to see it happening to me with actual you. So that was fucked up, man. As I wipe gore from my face, my body
I'm gonna
completely covered in dragon blood.
I'll move up the actual me to where everyone is.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you guys don't worry about keeping the map up to date. It's just there for some like visual, you know. Like, you guys can noodle around in there if you want. But ultimately, what do you want to do now? Like, you killed some fucking dragons. Holy shit!
Fuck
Let's
yeah, I
get
killed
the
all dragons.
loot!
I want to run around, and since the big one
You gonna rage
exploded,
loot?
Rage loot.
Yes, I want to rage loot. I
Make
wanted
an
to grab all the
investigation
scales,
check.
But yeah, I forgot
I'm gonna
that I
put
was
a
still
big fat
raging.
pile of meat on the floor.
13.
13. All right.
Shiny.
So let me roll real quick here. You
Oh.
find 10 decent scales that might be sellable, and a lot of shattered ones.
No, well. Can I take the glass vial that I emptied into Michelangelo and like get some dragon blood?
Sure, make a nature check. Or survival. Either one.
Or survival.
21.
Oh, chilling.
Yeah, no worries.
Alright.
You're like, how much blood do you want?
That vial. I don't have anything else
Yeah,
to put
sure.
it in.
Okay,
so-
you got a vial of dragon's blood. So,
Should
what's
we-
everyone else doing?
I want to explore the rest of the cave. We're looking
Yeah,
for
me
piece of
too.
scale, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
you're looking
I
for a
think
scale.
that-
Yeah, none of the 10 scales that Lance found are.
Oh,
The scale
yeah.
we're looking for.
The actual
Mm.
scale I was looking for.
Yeah.
All
let's go
right.
deeper.
So who's helming the search of the actual cave, rather than the immediate vicinity where these dragons died? Which is what Lance
I'll
was
go.
saying.
Rovan, yeah, go for it.
Okay, well, I mean, two of you can do it, and you can
Yeah,
either
let's
both
go.
roll, or you can give the one of you advantage. Up to you.
I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
So, investigation check at advantage, please, Rovan.
A natural 20 first roll.
Oh. No.
Yeah.
A natural 20.
Can I also?
All right then, fine. Let's go and see what you found, because apparently it's gonna be fucking everything.
Yeah!
Oh god, we deserve it.
Really
bad,
Come
really
on.
Calculated.
Fuck yeah. Also, excuse
Can
me
I-
for a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Can I also, like, I'm assuming Rovan's still holding like a dagger or something. Can I just like poke the end of it and cast the cantrip light on his dagger so he can see?
I can see anyway, dude. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, I can't see.
So you cast light on yourself somewhere, sure. Yeah. I mean,
okay,
out
yeah.
out of combat, out of combat and stealth situations, I generally assume that you guys are just giving yourselves light when you need it, because that's what people do.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
Okay, I'm just trying to find where I put how much loot comes out of the dragon. So bear with me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Do some roleplay. You just killed a dragon.
I got knocked unconscious.
We fucking did
What the hell happened?
We're the best, we're the coolest. Woo!
Yeah, you're great, but what happened?
We killed the dragon. The dragon also killed you.
I got smacked in the
Wait, I
face
thought
by
I
a
did that.
scale.
No, I actually Michelangelo did that. He kind of popped it. He just touched it and it insane.
You popped it?
Popped.
I mean, he didn't
Well-
actually touch it.
There
was-
is
Yeah, he
one
didn't even
thing-
touch it and it just exploded because his duplicate touched it. So, don't touch his duplicate.
Yeah, you're an
Don't try to run
explode.
through it 'cause you will die.
Don't touch the duplicate.
My
The
god.
I
duplicate
don't know
just
how
walks
that
out
works,
and
but
just like
apparently his duplicate does
flexes.
house damage.
like as me and Rovan walking in deeper into the cave, like my duplicate's still hanging out where like Bjorn is, and it's just like
It lasts a
Still
minute.
dancing.
It lasts a minute, so it's on its way out at this point.
fades away
Like,
while waving.
there's been some rage
I-
looting and stuff.
I had the most
salute
wonderful
the
dream
duplicate
about
before it
bacon.
goes out.
Mm. Michelangelo.
Okay.
I
Oh.
mean, from my experience with dragons, they shouldn't be hanging out in packs. It's just strange. Seems to be something
Well,
else.
it is
at
their
play.
lair.
Okay, so
But-
I'm just gonna copy paste what you find because that seems easier.
Yeah.
Mm,
Put the pen down.
I mean, these dragons did not seem to like each other. You're definitely right.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Wait, what do we find?
Oh yes.
Oh, cash money. Let's go.
It does not take 4 dragons long to collect a decent amount of loot from the surrounding area. That's for damn sure.
Damn.
Mysterious box, guys.
Oh, there's a
no.
mysterious box. I forgot about that. One
Uh-oh.
moment.
Mysterious boxes are mysterious.
Yes, it is.
it could be like Pandora's box, man. You open it and bad things happen.
There is a picture
still
of
wanna
the
open
box.
Oh,
It's got a red,
Red on one
side.
side.
Yeah. maybe it has scale in it.
Does
Oh, I
anybody
see.
touch the box?
Yeah, I touch it.
It feels very smooth.
Whoa.
Like
Nice.
almost like a liquid smooth. Like it's so like
Whoa.
there's no friction on your fingertips whatsoever.
Guys, come and poke this.
I'm just gonna poke it. Why not? Can I do like a? Actually, no.
How do we
Let's-
open it? I want to get in.
Make an investigation check.
Whoa. 20. I'm in.
You rolled a natural fucking 20. Would you guys stop? Like, I want to draw this shit out a little bit. You know, build some tension
Technically,
and excitement.
26.
Yeah. Sure. There's some pluses. I don't care. You rolled a 20. According to the rules, 20s and 1s are only sacrosanct in combat, but I like to have it all the time because it's more fun. So, yeah, so this box is super smooth, and you're examining it, and you're looking at it, and you're like... And you find this one little depression in the center of the top side, the slightly this green surface, and you poke it, and and the box, it's weird. This material that it's made of, it doesn't appear to get any smaller, but material is starting to exude from the top of this little depression that you touched. And it's starting to spiral up and around. And it's this kind of writhing material. The box itself is about 8 inches on a side, and about 4 inches high, maybe 3 inches high. But it's very heavy. It weighs probably 30 kilos.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's very dense.
Wow.
So you sort of touch this depression, and this thing starts to come out, and you're kind of surprised, you know, fumble it a bit, and it falls on the ground, and this coil comes up and out, and hang on.
It's another dragon.
Oh my god, it's getting bigger.
Ooh, ooh.
It's
And
getting
it
way
starts forming into these shapes.
Guys, what is this?
I don't
bigger.
know.
What the fuck?
Bjorn, you know what this is.
Wait.
As soon as it starts writhing around like this,
Oh, I do know what this is.
What is it?
Alright, so this. This is like a legendary item, which is why I actually came here. So, this item was supposedly beneath the school, and I was coming on the ship to go to the school to try and, you know, uncover this legend. And
Huh.
it's basically known as a magical item, and whoever holds it, its use is dependent on who holds it and their intent.
Okay.
But is
So
it?
what
I'm
does
guessing,
it do?
right now it's mimicking Bjorn's body posture.
So it does.
So
very
it coils
specific-
up halfway, and then the top part is currently mimicking the shape of Bjorn's body.
That's weird.
Well,
So like if he leans towards it, it like leans as well,
interesting.
like it's copying him.
I mean, if this is what you came to collect, you know, by all
Well, I
means.
didn't think I would ever actually find it.
With your natural 20, Bjorn, I'm gonna give you a little bit of extra juice on this, because
Oh.
a natural 20 on your initial investigation of the item deserves that kind of reward. So you notice that it's copying you, but then you notice occasionally it stops copying you and starts doing something else, and you decide to copy it as part of your
Oh.
investigations.
Okay.
And you find yourself in this pose that is really putting some stress on your muscles, but in like a good way, you know, like yoga.
Just imagine like this weird box.
And it
The coil,
holds
like,
and it
big.
holds the pose for 10 to 15 seconds. Then it changes to a different pose, and you copy that one, and it stretches out different parts of your body, and you're like, huh, it's like a fitness thing.
Nice.
So you're just sort of copying it for a bit. How long do you want to spend copying it?
I don't know. I'd say a little while, just to see if anything happens.
Yeah, I need a number of minutes or hours.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Let's say like 10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right, yeah. So you copy it for 10 minutes. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
Well, do
Meanwhile,
you know what it does?
And
Well,
you notice that once you've been copying it for 10 minutes and you stop, it stays in the last pose that it was in. Like it's waiting.
Well, I'll carry on.
Okay. How long are you going to carry on for?
I don't know.
a few hours.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do like a couple of hours.
All right. Well, everyone else can
dude,
take a
I
short
want to get
rest
out of
then.
here at some point.
Yeah.
Everyone else can take a
Meanwhile-
short rest. If you do it for
Yeah.
2 hours, give me 1 moment. I was not expecting you to figure this item out quite so quickly with your whole fucking natural 20 stuff, so I'm a little unprepared for that. Not gonna lie. So just bear with me a moment. Okay, I need to make a Constitution check after 2 hours.
Constitution check. What is that? That is 12.
12. All right, you feel very limber. You have +1 AC for 24 hours.
Okay. Interesting.
Short rest complete.
Feel a little better now.
I rolled 3 hit dice.
I'm just going to point
Same.
out as well, Bjorn, because I'm sure that Jamie, the player, has forgotten. But the first thing Bjorn would do is identify this thing.
Oh yes. I always forget I have this. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So I've been a little loosey-goosey for the first time use, but in future you are going to have to be attuned to this, and I will be adding it to your thing. I will send you, Jamie, since you're the one who's identified it. You can feel free to share that with the group or not.
Okay.
Is there a party management, equipment management thing in D&D Beyond? Do you
Not
know
yet,
that?
unfortunately. It is something that they're looking at doing
Alright.
in the roadmap. But right now, no. You guys need to just like actually take notes.
Taking them.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't
well,
mind
I
sharing
will
this
open
with
up
the group.
a Word document or something.
Yeah, or use a Google
So-
Drive account, document so
Yeah.
everybody
Oh
can
yeah,
access it.
Google Doc. would
That's
be a
what
good
I-
idea.
Yeah, I don't mind
That's what I
sharing that with
wanted.
the group. I think that'd be a good thing.
Okay, so how does Beyond tell them? As the rest of the group's just sort of like watching you, waiting for you to be done with like copying this thing, and then you sit down and cast a spell for 11 minutes, and they're like, "What's happening?"
Could I just?
Everyone's just sort of looking at you at this point. Everyone's run out of other shit to do. They've collected up every piece of copper that was in this cave. Add another 3, guys. Just for the extra 2 hours. Another 3 copper.
Oh my god.
So what does Beyond say?
So it seems that if I imitate the movements for around 2 hours per day, at the end I can gain some some perk from it, and I'm guessing that's going to be different whoever does this. But for me, personally, it does acrobatics, right?
Sorry?
AC? Is that
No,
acrobatics?
no, that's your armor class.
Oh,
Oh.
right.
Math.
Your armor class. You're one harder to hit now.
Oh. Okay.
So you
So
can
yeah,
just
I'm guessing that's
manually
gonna be
add that.
different
So
for everyone.
Interesting. Does that thing
there you go. I updated your AC for you, Jamie.
Oh, okay, thanks, dude.
go back in the ball? Or is it just gonna stay like this?
No, it goes, back in.
Once 2 hours was complete, and the final pose was thing, it just went and like slinky down the stairs back into the box.
Okay. Yeah, right. Also, Nephilim, since you passed out in the middle of that fight, we just fought a dragon and killed it. Killed all the dragons.
It
All the
exploded.
dragons.
You did see it explode. Well, no, you didn't. You were around the corner, but you came around the corner to find the dragon was inside out.
I
Cool.
exploded it with my explodey hand. It died. So
Nice.
now we're
Fucking
resting.
insane.
Okay.
You're on 9 hit points, I believe. So if you want to rest, or if you want to heal in this short rest, it's up to you.
Don't I have like
Uh,
something?
Just to let you know, Bjorn, you can't actually carry this item.
Mm,
It's too heavy.
yeah, it's heavy.
It's like 30 kilos. You'll need to get like Lance or somebody bigger to carry that for you.
Anyone willing?
Yeah, I can take it. It's fine.
How big is it? Is it small?
It's about 8 inches on a side and then about 3 inches high.
Oh, okay. It's quite small.
It's quite small. It's just very heavy for its size.
Okay.
Like it's like 30 bags of sugar, but in
In like a pencil case.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Lance can grab it. So while we are sitting down, resting together.
I will say though that if you want to stay attuned, you need to. I believe you need to keep the item on you, but I actually maybe not. I don't know how attunement actually works.
I want to see what happens if someone else does it.
I'll give it a go.
Right now, do you want to
While we're still just sitting in this cave.
Freezing in
Well,
here.
not
there's
now,
blood
we
everywhere.
can-
Come on, guys. Can we not?
We can do it later. Let's do it later. We'll figure it out later.
All right,
Alright.
Bugsy first go.
What else did we get? We got so much stuff, guys.
We got
Okay, so if the item has been more than 100 feet away for at least 24 hours, then it ceases. You cease to be attuned to it, and somebody else would need to attune to it before they could use it, which takes a short rest.
Okay.
So
So we need to do it
Okay.
tomorrow or something.
Can you attune to it while you're sleeping?
yeah, you would know from the identify that you can only do it once every 24 hours.
Yeah. So I'll post that in here, so everyone can see.
Also, does it only work once? Like, if he was to do that again, would he get another perk?
You don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you can only do it will only allow you to copy it once per day.
Yeah.
But I guess the effect could change. We don't know enough about it yet. It's literally just a legendary relic.
Not at
From
all.
mine.
I mean, Bjorn, just to give you a little idea, when you cast Identify on this item, it was like reading a book with spoiler tags. And you can't see what's behind the spoiler tags yet.
Okay.
So there's definitely more to it, but you don't know what it is. Not that that's supposed to sound ominous or anything.
I don't like attunement.
Anyway, what do you guys want to do?
All right. Did we get everything we wanted?
I don't know, did you?
I think we only got the box. Right? We grabbed
I
some
mean,
stuff.
we didn't
Well,
find.
we wanted
we
to
didn't.
get the
Number
piece of
stuff.
scale, right?
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
find the.
You didn't
scale,
find a
but-
piece of scale, no. You didn't find it anywhere. So
Well, I'm
it's either
sure-
not here or buried so deep in the ice you're not going to be able to find it. Most of this treasure, by the way, you found in the walls.
Huh.
So
In the walls.
yeah,
Get the-
you guys would have
maximize-
been, you know, like there would probably would have been a little bit more rage looting from Lance, to be honest. She sort of batters the wall with her trident, trying to get the money out.
Yummy!
It's
Roman's
thi-
gonna have a look around.
White dragons like to treat the walls of their cavern as an ATM, you know. Rovan's gonna have a look around.
For like, see if only dragons have been here, or if any other than us, obviously.
Make a
Other-
survival check.
Yeah. Natural one.
Natural one.
That's 6 overall.
Maybe. Yeah, you assumed they were eating something.
Okay.
It's unlikely to be each other. It's possible it was each other, but it's unlikely.
Okay, Rovan's satisfied.
Cool.
Um,
I'm so proud of you guys for not dying. What do you want to do now?
I'm
More
so
dragon.
close to dying.
Dude.
you could-
3 hit points away from dying.
Imagine
Imagine
if
that.
we had done something before where we had lost a little hit points. Fuck.
Imagine if Bjorn had died when he was the one who knew what this item was.
Imagine if I had also gone
Yeah,
down
what
immediately.
would happen if that were to happen, by the way?
You don't
Like,
know.
would I have...
Fuck.
You have to start a new camp, like a new character.
Depends on
Yeah.
what happens. Unconscious doesn't
God.
mean dead.
No, I mean, if I
you
actually
actually-
died.
Oh, if you actually died, yeah, you'd make a new character, and then, you know, we'd introduce you into the campaign again.
What?
Yeah, you'd
But
be
yeah,
like, you know, you'd be like a random guy who maybe came in at like the right moment to save the day, or like maybe they found you in a prison cell, or
kinda
maybe you're just a
cool
random
still.
guy traveling. Like, yeah, you guys should all have backup characters. I did tell you that like right back when we started. Like, have a second character in mind because you might die at any time.
nah, Michelangelo is OP. He's never gonna die.
Yeah, well, I think you're
It's not
safe.
possible. It's not possible.
Well, you
I'm
get
not
your
tempted
personal
with the,
bodyguard too, so.
I refuse to tempt the DM by saying I'm unkillable.
Yeah, it's not
And suddenly Nephilim has a heart attack. So, what are you guys doing? Seriously.
Getting out of the iceberg.
Yeah, maybe we should have a look outside. See sunlight again.
Why shouldn't I send the flare up to call the crew back?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You
Yeah,
guys
I
have been
think
in there
so.
for like about 3 hours. By the time you get back out to the opening, like it wasn't a super deep journey, you know. It wasn't more than like 10 minutes into the iceberg itself, and then you had the fight, which was like a minute altogether to kill 3 dragons, which is pretty impressive, really.
A minute.
Yeah,
it's like-
a round in combat is 6 seconds.
Oh my god.
Then that was like 4
Mhm.
turns. So yeah, it took you guys 30 seconds to kill 3 dragons, and almost die yourselves.
Mm.
Yeah, time in D&D is weird.
Alright, I'm gonna send the flare up then.
Okay, you send the flare up, and a little while later the boat comes back. I do not remember who was sailing the boat. Oh, it was Reynold.
Yeah,
Reynold.
Reynold.
Yeah, he's waving at
Yeah.
you, and he sort of looks at you guys like half of you covered in like just gore. The others are wet from the ice. And,
I'm gonna use my can I use my prestidigitation?
Oh yeah, you could totally be using that. Yeah, you can
and
dry
clean
everybody
myself
out.
off.
Yeah, or,
Yeah,
or
and
just
then-
yourself,
can you-
sure.
No, I'm I didn't know if I could do it with everyone.
Everyone turns around and Beyond's just looking like super cozy, and you're all like bedraggled.
Alright, I'm gonna clean everyone off. There we go.
Okay,
I didn't
so-
know if I could do that.
Yeah, everyone's clean.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I make people smell fresh. As well.
There we go.
So,
See, I am useful.
what now, guys? The boat is there. You guys can jump down onto it.
Can I get like a
Yeah.
little bit of an update on everything?
Well, you killed a dragon. That was it.
Well, I think
Basically.
Rams had to leave early
Oh,
last time, right?
Yeah.
So we had to go to this iceberg for
Yeah, to see the scale, right? Or
to
potentially.
find out if there is a scale or not. It was
Right.
supposed to be just a recon mission, I think.
Mhm.
So we bought passage on a boat for probably way too much money. And and then we got there, and then we were like, oh, let's just go in. We went in, and there we saw 2 baby dragons, and we were like, fuck, what are we doing? And then we discussed it for like 30 minutes, and then you were like, I'm just gonna shoot it. You weren't there, but you were like, I'm just gonna shoot it, and then you.
That's what
one-shot
Nephilim would have done, to be fair.
it.
Yeah,
It-
yeah.
So you instantly killed the one, which just.
And that's
good
why
for
that's
us
what
now.
Nephilim would have done.
Oh, I one hit it, right?
Yeah, you one hit it.
Yeah. You wanted it. And then that's where we left off. So
Okay, and
this
then-
time we found out there's another dragon, which was a bigger one, and then we fought it. It started with the dragon breathing ice on us, and everyone except me going down. I gave a healing potion to Michelangelo. Michelangelo got almost everyone else up, and then we
I did
killed it.
255 damage with one action. It was good.
The fuck?
Jamie was
You
3
still
points
didn't
away,
kill us.
3 hit points away from being permanently dead when that hit him.
Ridiculous.
I'm
Alright,
so
and now-
convinced it was my firebolt that did the damage.
Jamie, Bjorn's just not taking any of this. He's like, nah, I did it. Oh, you guys, you're just so funny. All right then. So you guys are back on the Reynolds' feet, and Captain Reynolds is just kind of looking at you guys. He hasn't actually said anything yet. He's just kind of staring at you guys as you're like. Clearly, you're all banged up. Although you did take a short rest, guys. So Nephilim, if you want to burn some hit dice for your 9 hit points, then you go
Yeah, I
ahead.
did. I got an 8+1. So
I didn't
Okay,
take a
nice.
short rest, did I? Because I was busy.
No, you were busy. Everyone else took a short rest.
Okay.
So, you can do more than 1 hit dice at a time, by the way. Just to let you know.
Yeah, I rolled 3.
I'll roll one more, I reckon.
You can, it's a repeatable thing. You can just roll it. How much did it get? Roll it again if you need to.
Man, that was crazy. You guys are crazy. We're all crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels good. Feels good. Soul flex, yeah. Where are we going to now? We're going back to Ja.
Well, they're going to Aral Sarah.
So we're crossing the channel.
Crossing the channel.
Yay! I've always wanted to go to Aral Sarah from like 2 days ago.
I mean, a little bit longer than that, because before you started sailing to Amadori, you wanted to go to Aral Sarah, so...
It's been my lifelong dream.
Okay. So you guys are sailing on the boat for a little bit. It's going to be another 4 days. Eventually, Reynolds gets his courage up to actually speak to you all. So, what happened? Yous all look banged up to shit.
We are.
Well, Reynolds, I killed a dragon with a firebolt.
That is not true. That guy, I'm pointing to Michelangelo, killed it with a touch.
Right.
That's what I'm like. Well,
I shot a baby in the face.
A baby dragon, a baby dragon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
He killed 2 baby dragons and like a young.
You
white
had me
dragon,
worried
so-
there. That would not be good, eh?
See, that's what I said. If we find any dragons, we'll kill them for you, so you won't be in danger on this lake.
Well,
So we did that.
exactly.
So you're welcome.
He's gonna roll an insight check. That's a 6. He does not believe you.
Whip out the dragon's blood.
You show him the dragon's blood?
mean, I don't have it.
And the scales, you
I
have scales as
could
well.
Take out one of the scales and then another one of the scales, and they're like still a little bit of blood on it.
And you just see his eyes go wide.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not-
right.
I'm not fucking lying.
That's
yeah.
right.
And you can see the rest of the crew is also just sort of got like this look on their face, like, wait, what? Who the fuck is on our boat right now? What's happening?
Oh man.
Yeah. We're pretty brutal. Not to brag, but like we killed 3 dragons in one day, so just saying.
There were 3?
30
30
seconds.
Yeah.
You've killed 3 dragons,
Yep.
Yes.
bigger than a house dragons.
Well,
At least one
Yeah.
of them.
It was 10 feet at the cross at the most. Like maybe a 20-foot
depends on the
wingspan.
size of the house. Yeah.
You don't know, could be a gnome's house.
The
Yeah,
dragons were
exactly.
so huge. We're lucky to get out of our lives. We had to fight them one by one, and they almost killed us. But we came out because we're victorious and brave.
I mean, true for
That's-
me.
I mean, to be fair, he rolled a
very
really
true.
shitty insight, so he believes that.
I like that. I like the way you said that. It's like a war story.
And unfortunately, we didn't find anything worth sharing with you. Sorry, dude.
I mean, we already paid him
No,
off
you can
pretty
have a
well,
dragon
though.
scale. I give him a dragon scale.
You give him
Oh,
a
okay.
dragon scale, mark off a
Yeah.
dragon scale. And he's just sort of looking at it like, oh,
You can keep that.
this would be quite.
No, wait. Give him one of the shattered ones. Because
You guys didn't collect the shattered ones.
I don't think we
Oh, okay.
collected the shattered
Alright.
ones. I think we just collected the okay ones. but-
Like that would need
We
just
got
pan
10
and
of those.
brush and like a lot more time.
Just give him like a piece of.
I mean, you made a so just to give you the perspective here, Rams. Lofty killed a dragon by rolling 10d10 damage in one go.
I hit it for 59 and it
Oh,
exploded.
With a touch.
so good.
So that's just to put you into perspective as to what happened to this poor dragon. It was just in his house, you know.
Yeah, it did
It
kept on,
almost
it
killed
kept
us
on
all.
saying. It did keep on saying, "Why are you guys attacking me?"
Because it's a dick. Whatever.
Oh, fair enough.
It's a dragon.
Was
Bad.
gonna try and talk to at least one of them, but
See, like I thought about that too, right? I was like, maybe conversation, but you know,
No.
it did also hit us for like 300 or something.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Because when somebody breaks into your house, the first thing you do is ask them questions rather than just hit them over the head and then ask them the questions at your leisure.
It's
Well, sucks to be it. It's dead now.
It's dead now,
Whatever.
and
Very
you'll never
dead
find
now.
out how it got there or why.
True. Well, probably at some point because we didn't ask, and then stuff's gonna happen. But no.
We'll see. We'll have to see. So, what's next? Oh, Rovan, actually, I want to pick up with you. How's Rovan
Hello.
dealing with this situation?
he's doing okay.
Was that a
Yeah.
cathartic experience for him?
I don't know what that word means, sorry.
So, did that release some of the emotional tension he has around dragons? Being involved
say-
in killing several?
I would say it was actually slightly traumatic.
Okay. How's he reacting right now? What's Rovan's state? It's been a couple of hours since you
Wait,
had this fight with these dragons.
that was trauma. I swear you wanted to fight him the most.
Yeah.
I swear you were like, dragons, let's go. And I was like, no, we killed a dragon. Oh shit, man, I'm freaking
Well,
out.
dude, he just saw one
Yeah.
pop. Like,
He got
Oh,
knocked
Sorry
out
for
by it
the
popping.
dragon.
Like he
I
got hit
got-
in the
yeah.
face by dragon shrapnel.
Dragon. No.
Do you feel sorry for the
Okay,
dragon that
alright,
popped?
okay. I mean, he was the only person who
It
could
would be
understand
such a fucked up feeling
it
too.
beyond
Okay,
commoner,
so I'll let you decide, Alex, like how you're gonna roleplay Rovan in this situation. But I just wanted to highlight that and make sure that, because that seems like the kind of thing that would be coming out now that we're on the boat and there's not a lot going on, you know. Just guide you guys into some kind of a scene.
Well, I'm probably just on my own at the other end of the boat from the group, kind of just looking out. I'd say the look on my face is definitely somber.
Are you doing the like dashing captain on the waves stance? Like you got a foot up on the bow of the ship and you're like leaning over.
No, I've got both hands on just the side. I'm looking down. Like I'm not
okay.
looking.
Hmm. So you guys do
Yeah.
notice Rovan is not part of your sort of joyous recounting of what happened to Reynold, as he's sort of looking at you in half disbelief and half awe.
Hey guys, I think Rovan's feeling seasick.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm gonna go over.
you do
Maybe
that.
we all should.
Hey, buddy, are you okay? You don't
Uh,
look very happy for, being alive and everything.
Are you okay? Is everyone else okay? We didn't lose any more, did we?
No,
Did we lose anyone else?
we didn't lose anyone. Are you?
So
all
sorry,
right?
Lance. Sorry. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll just get on with the day. I'll be alright. And just keep my trusty bow nearby and should be fine. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you need anything, we're here, okay?
Yeah.
As Michelangelo walks up and slaps you on the back, nearly knocking
Yeah.
you overboard. How you doing, buddy?
Big old grin.
It's like the bedside
Yeah.
manner of a bear.
Okay.
I'm just happy everyone's alive.
Me too, man. When I saw y'all go down, fuck me. I thought we were dead.
I thought I wasn't going to be able to be there again.
Well, you were.
Again?
Yeah, again.
What happened?
Did you say dragon before?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a dragon before. There was a village before. There was a forest before. Then there was the dragon. And I was hunting, finding some food. My sister was hungry. I come back and the dragon is just... I don't know why. I don't know what reason it had, but it was attacking my village, burning everyone. Just the screams, they haunt me every night. I've only been away for, say, 2 years, but that's not very long in an elf's life, and it still haunts me. I'm so intent on killing dragons because I saw my sister get chopped in half by one. Trying to come back, trying to pull my bow and trying to save everyone for them all to be already dead.
So sorry, dude.
Brutal. Yeah. Just take your time, dude. We got time. This is where I'm gonna open up the workshop and just peace out for a bit after hearing that story.
Yeah, I understand.
I
just wanna-
I just don't know how to deal with it. So I'm like,
Michelangelo just walks off the ship into a workshop that doesn't exist. Like, yeah, you know what? Like, that seems like too many feels.
opens a portal,
I
jumps
just
in.
want to sit down
Just Thanos out.
next to Rovan, looking out at the water and the waves, and be like, "All right, but maybe connect a little bit, even though I never did that before, to Aquarian." So
I want to sit back down with the balanced
Oh,
coil.
okay. You wanna meditate a little bit?
a little,
I wanna
like
chop
reflect
in.
on everything that's happened and like the dream that's it's been like what, last night or the night before that, and now everyone.
No, it's
almost
been
died,
it's
so-
been a
It's
few
been
days.
like a it's got to
you
be like
guys
a week
you
or
guys
something.
spent like 5 days on the boat, like getting to the iceberg.
That's true. That's true. But
So-
still, it was the first time we engaged in combat since then.
That is true. That is
everyone
true.
almost instantly died. So
Yeah.
especially Michelangelo. So.
Make a wisdom check.
Oh God.
Yeah. What happened to your like giant super spear of justice? We never got to see that.
Yeah, I didn't. Use it
Against
yet.
one target, it's not that good for Lance compared to other things that she could
Yeah.
be
Oh, okay.
doing.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Like-
needed to kill that thing, and if I can attack twice instead with like advantage and do
Yeah,
a
okay.
If she's close
40
enough to
damage
run up to
around.
something, then the
It's
lightning
always-
is unnecessary.
11 on my wisdom check.
All right.
Yeah.
You let the water, you know, lull you somewhat. It's not as fulfilling as you felt like it might be. There's not that many waves, you know.
It's just a lake.
It's a lake. It's not an ocean. It's close. It's adjacent,
big lake.
but there are, unlike the open seas, there are many other gods' influence in this place.
Mhm.
Whereas on the open seas, it's Aquarian. Here it is not just Aquarian, but also Torg, also Semka, also many other deities. The Wild One, Yeren. That's not a good one. But still, their effect is seen and noticed. There are so many other things as you're looking over the water. But you do feel you get an ever so slight sense of contentment that doesn't feel like it comes from within yourself. Fogan and Inari were the other two god names that I was looking for that were sort of influencing in this area. I had to open up a thing.
Another tab.
So many tabs. I don't know how to DM from not a computer anymore. So, what's happening, guys? You got like 4 days. You can spend those 4 days doing stuff, or not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could I borrow your box thing? Then
yeah,
give
of
it a go.
course. I kind of want to study it as well by watching, just how the event kind of goes.
I
Okay.
used to do
Someone
it.
else.
I used to do a bunch of yoga back in the day.
So, so we'll say the next day. Your bonus AC expires, Bjorn.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna.
Did I have a long rest since then, or short rest?
Yeah, you guys have all had a long rest at this point.
Okay,
Put
cool.
in the-
It's
okay.
gonna be a couple of days journey. So. Okay. So. You take an hour to attune to the item,
Mhm.
and then once you're attuned, you can hit that indentation, and the coil spirals out and starts writhing and forming into these shapes, mimicking your movements. And then it makes its own movement, and you start to copy that. And for 2 hours, you follow this process. Make a Constitution check.
Where's Constitution? Is that one? All right. 14 plus 1, so 15.
All right, you have +1 AC for the next 24 hours.
Okay,
Hmm.
sick.
You feel very loose and limber,
Ugh.
very agile right now.
I always feel agile.
Anyone else want to have a go?
Hmm.
Is this say
Okay.
every 24 hours, no?
Sorry?
It's every 24 hours, isn't
Yep.
it?
Yeah, once a
Is
day.
wait, is that once a day that the coil can be used, or once a day that the person can use the coil?
Once a day the coil can be used.
Oh, okay.
And it also only lasts 24 hours, right?
And you have to
Yeah.
be attuned to it to maintain the effect.
So you need 25 hours to do it again. Or
Well, I
yeah,
mean,
should
it's
we do
it's
it?
the next dawn is kind of the
Well,
thing.
it's
so-
only one person who can do that in a day, anyway.
Okay.
So.
All right.
I'm a lot less flexible than I used to be, apparently, but I feel pretty good now.
Yeah, it was a good workout. It really, like, it, and Bjorn, watching this, it was not the same workout that you did.
Okay.
It appeared to be tailored to the individual.
Well, that sounds
So let me get this straight.
Lord.
You've got a magical aerobics machine
like.
that
You guys have found a D&D
Don't
personal
undersell this.
trainer.
Can you read that?
No, it's
I wrote
backwards.
down legendary smoky yoga instructor for the thing.
legendary
We didn't know what it
yoga
did yet, so yeah.
That's what it is. It's a legendary yoga instructor.
Look, guys, I'm sure it does more than this. We just gotta play it out, all right?
You gotta
Gotta
figure
play
it
it out
out.
and see what happens.
You should try and use it as a
Bjorn, I
weapon.
would say that from your knowledge of the history of the item, like, it's not something that is gonna, like, passing it around isn't gonna work out super well.
No, I know.
Like, you
but
never
I-
heard any stories of anybody other than Balthazar using it.
Okay.
It's very interesting though.
And the
Maybe you
longer
can
he was
use
in
it as a-
possession of the item, the more powerful he got as well. You do know that.
I wonder whether it's like the first time you do it, you get +1 armor class, then the second time you get maybe like +1 armor class plus something else, and then the next time. I wonder if that's how it works. So like,
It's got
Maybe somebody
Maybe
should
stacks.
take it and try.
yeah, it stacks.
I feel like Bjorn knows about it.
Well,
Bjorn.
it's not.
But Bjorn can't carry it, right?
not
Does he
stacking.
need to carry it to stay attuned to it? Did we?
We have to
Did
be
you look that
within
up?
100 feet. Of it,
You
right?
have to be within 100 feet of it. You can't be
Well-
more than 100 feet away from it for 24 hours. Then you stop being attuned. So someone else can carry it for Bjorn. That's not a problem. It's just if
Okay.
you guys get separated for more of a day, the attunement falls, and any benefits that he's received will be gone.
Can we have like a Rocky soundtrack? montage
Increment,
while
that's
walking on-
Jeez,
Well,
sorry.
then maybe Bjorn should take it back the next day and then just start doing it every day.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Bjorn's gonna get jacked, yo.
It's gonna come up at the end of it.
He's gonna come like he's currently like Steve Rogers, and he's gonna be Steve Rogers at the end of this.
Or am I just gonna be like a
Yeah.
4-foot Michelangelo?
You're just gonna be Michelangelo's mini-me. Start painting yourself grey, shave your head.
Oh man.
All right.
Hmm.
So, you want to do that then?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we're on day 3 now. So you attune to the item, you do the workout, make a Constitution check.
All right. 12 again.
You have +1 to your AC for the next 24 hours.
Nice.
Nice, nice.
Can I go back into the workshop today?
Yeah, of course.
I have something in my inventory that I've like the other possessions tab. I have a statue called Big Daddy statue. And I don't know what this statue is, but I feel like I should work on it.
Oh, that's interesting because that's the statue that's currently in a bar.
Oh.
That was what
Okay,
you
so-
called that. That was
Oh,
your
okay.
that was your pet name for it. Was that?
Big Daddy.
When I was like,
statue.
oh yeah, you've got like a 10-foot statue. You were like, oh, the Big Daddy statue.
Alright. So I don't have this anymore.
God damn it.
No, but you
Lofty.
do have a statue you were working on in the workshop.
Yeah, I do have a statue I was working on. I don't know what that's called.
Well, name it
How do
then, bitch. Like-
Right, let me get rid of the Big Daddy statue, which is in a bar somewhere. I don't know which bar. I wasn't paying enough attention.
What? Yes, you do.
Which
Of
bar is it?
course, it's the magician's hat.
Magician's hat, hello?
That right, that's the okay.
The
So
big
that's what we're
Big Daddy
delivering. That's
statue.
that's what we're delivering. The Big Daddy statue.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You know,
cool.
like all of your backstory that you originally had.
That's the statue. Cool. Is there any? I actually can't remember the premise of the statue I was crafting before. Can I just make something up?
Sure.
The one that was unfinished that I left in the workshop.
Dude, you're an
Right.
artist. Like it's assumed that you're just gonna crumple it up and throw it in the bin occasionally and start again.
All right, cool. I'm
Can you make me
gonna
a statue.
make the statue of the dragon that we just fought. Make a small one though.
Okay,
Like the
how big?
small wormling. Like it can sit on a table. Like say,
Okay, so like a foot across kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, like a centerpiece.
Yeah.
Okay. Of the wormling or the larger dragon?
Do you know what we'll do with the larger dragon?
Okay, Juche,
Juche.
as you heard him say one time.
How do I spell that?
How did we hear the dragon?
Xueshe. What was that, Nephilim?
We heard the dragon talk.
Yeah, he was yelling at you throughout the fight. Stuff like, "What are you doing? Why are you here? Do you want more ice for your drinks?"
Yeah.
As a legit question.
Yeah, that was a
he
legit question. Somebody made an inside check on that one.
Yeah, he wasn't joking. He was being genuine, but we killed him. So,
Well, he almost killed us, though.
yeah, it's true.
You murdered his friend in one shot.
Yeah, who the fuck did that? What the fuck, man?
It's
Cool.
fine. That worked.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I like had this statue in mind
Can I-
for Ja, so like I'm gonna
Jma.
finish that statue with Ja in mind.
Can I go to the workshop as well, or is it just a Michelangelo thing?
You can, but it
Like, I
it
have to
reduces the
allow-
duration,
Yeah,
and he has to allow you. So if he allows you and you go in, like every time somebody who isn't a follower of Semka enters the workshop, it reduces the duration of the spell by an hour.
but in this scenario, it's actually not that.
Yeah, I mean
Because we're
you
just gonna
you
put
can
it
just
somewhere.
cast it again. You have like a billion spell slots to cast this for the function of like when you're traveling.
Hmm.
Like everyone
Can
could go in there and it would be up for 4 hours, and then you can just cast it again.
I'm gonna step out of the workshop.
You step out of the workshop.
What's everyone doing?
Hey, dude. Where have you
What
been?
up?
The crafting an interesting little piece. And I show everyone the small Jisui.
Shushe, I think.
Juche.
Yes.
Juche. That's it.
Juche.
Shushe, yeah.
Jushui. I keep saying shui.
Juche.
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 Very
I'm gonna
nice.
show everyone the centerpiece
Dragon statue.
dragon statue. There you go.
How detailed is it?
Is it finished? Or are you still working on
Yeah,
it?
I'm gonna say it's finished.
Okay, make a performance check.
Sure.
This looks like shit.
Uh, But I'll let you,
Maybe.
I'll let you make it a it'll be a performance check, but using your strength score. So
Okay.
you're not proficient, so just +3 to your roll.
Oh, that's pretty garbage. That's a 6.
That's a 6. I mean, you can see what it is. Like, it's still good, guys. Like, he is a really good sculptor, but it's not like amazing.
Or,
It's
the
not like the
best thing
statue that you
want.
guys have been carting around. You know, you were kind of expecting like a similar level of detail, but it's clearly something rough and ready, made in less than ideal circumstances, but still pretty good given those circumstances.
It's pretty.
Yeah. But as one of you reaches out to touch it, like a wing falls off.
Oh,
Oh.
Well, it looks.
The wings are
Looks a
tough,
bit
you know,
like
because
the
they
dragon.
attach on such a small point, but they're quite large themselves. So you know, getting that connection stable is challenging.
Heal the statue.
You can use mending now.
You do
I-
have
This is what
mending.
mending is for.
I actually-
Yeah, this is what
Oh,
mending's
I do
for.
have. I do have.
Oh,
mending.
I
This is
have
what
that
we
as
talked
well.
about.
Oh, let's go. I'm gonna just mend it real quick.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, nothing happened.
And it's okay, good.
But I'm gonna poke the other wing.
Yeah, it falls off.
You know what? Do you know what? You guys could just have this statue. I'm gonna make another one.
Okay.
I'm just like, fuck it. I like pull out the piece of marble, like hammer it. The portal opens up again, and I just leave.
Do I have a? You remember the weapon thing that I had before? That was just a handle, right? I'm missing half of it.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't know where the other half of that blade is.
Yeah. Love that.
The power of my house just cut.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
That's rough.
Rip.
Rough,
Wait,
rough.
what's that?
Alex lost power in his house.
Oh,
So, what are you guys doing?
how long until we get to Arosera? Roughly.
It's gonna be the next
Going
day
to
now.
3.
Yeah, tomorrow
Yeah.
day.
Okay.
So you get there sort of around just after lunchtime.
Wait, did I use
Tomorrow,
the coil
if you ask
today? I
Reynald.
think I did. Didn't
Yeah,
I?
yeah, you did today already, but you could do it tomorrow morning before you get to Arosera. if you
Yeah,
want.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone else wants to do anything today though.
Make a Constitution check.
All right. Natural 20.
Oh boy. Well, this time it takes you through a little bit more of a rigorous routine than it did on the day before. You did notice, just to let you know, that the second time you did the routine, it was very similar to the first one, but like a slightly more intense version. This one gets a little bit more adventurous. So, I'm just gonna make some quick edits to your character sheet. You're just gonna have to bear with me for a second.
Yeah, sure.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Hey Bjorn, man, you're starting to look pretty good. You've been hitting the gym.
Yeah, I've just been using my wizard shake weight, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it seems to be
Madness.
working wonders.
Can I roll another performance check?
Yeah, of
for-
course.
For this.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
it's
your
just a
new
strength check,
piece.
really, because you're not actually proficient.
Bless you.
Yeah. Okay. That's a dirty 20.
What have you made?
Literally the same thing but better.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna touch the wing. Oh, it works this time.
It works this time. It's a statue.
What a
just, like-
lovely statue. My
It just,
Very
like,
nice
turns
work.
and
Very nice
bites
indeed.
you.
If you want to refresh your character sheet, Bjorn, you will see the effect of today's workout.
Okay.
What does it do? I'm so curious.
Let Bjorn share that.
He
If he
now has
wants to.
muscles.
He's now 8 feet tall.
Not quite.
Got like an artificial +1 attached to every single one of his like saving throws.
No. My. Wait.
You've got a +10 initiative.
Well, my max health has dropped.
Significantly.
Yeah, almost halved.
Oh no,
yikes.
why?
Okay.
I'm not sure why.
What,
Did you roll on
what
your-
else? What else?
A natural 20.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it wasn't that true? Yeah.
Yeah. What else though?
It seems like I think my intelligence saving throw has gone up, as well as my investigation has gone up by 1. I think
So you've gained a big brain.
I've gained a
A small
big
heart.
brain.
Are you?
Yes.
But
Did your intelligence score is different now? Maybe.
I'm not sure. It's
Do you
hard
know
to
what
keep
you had
track of
before?
everything individually.
Go up your awareness.
You can click on your ability scores to see the modifiers that I've put on them.
Wait, really? Oh, I see.
Like, for instance, your your strength is now.
-3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
+2. Wait. Yeah, +2 on dexterity, -3 on constitution, +2 on intelligence, +2 on wisdom, and -3 on charisma.
Ah, that's why your health went down.
Yeah,
Because your constitution is lower.
but my armor class is still 14.
Yes.
So while my health is lower, I have less chance to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're a
I
yodel.
mean,
Yodel, yeah,
I
attached to
guess
some
I just need
mist.
to keep up with the wizard
And
shockwave.
in fact, actually, you also have the +1 from the balance coil right now, so your armor class is 15.
Oh, okay.
Because your dex went up. So that
Very
increased your
nice.
armor class. And then you also have the balance coil. So
So-
Bjorn, I will let you know because your character's even smarter now than he was before, and he was already pretty smart. It appears that your best traits have been enhanced, but your worst traits have been weakened.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
Oh,
It's now extreme Bjorn.
It's like min-max
Yeah, it-
Bjorn.
You're about to
I
get some
would
HD.
mid-max.
Lance is looking at her stats like, ooh, maybe this is my item now.
Oh my god.
Mid-max or glass
Wait,
cannon.
hold on,
It's a
maybe
bit
I can
more
get
glass
so
Wait,
cannon,
good.
I
is
think.
it +2 on
He's got-
your
he's got-
best ones and -3 on your worst ones, or what is
That's
it?
correct. Yes, it is.
Oh.
Well, hold on a minute. If I can grow, hey, wait.
No. It would be
Yeah, no.
overkill.
This sounds glass cannon though.
What if I can?
No, because his armor class is higher, so he's less likely to get hit.
We don't know where this
Yeah,
goes.
but if he gets hit, he could get 1 hit.
Yeah, the odds
if
of
now
you.
I mean, he
someone
almost
hits
did
you with
anyway.
like
Yeah, if
20 or
you'd
30
had.
hit points, he's dead.
Yeah, if you already had this item when you were hit by that cold breath, you would be dead now.
Yeah,
Well, I
see?
just have to play
See,
very
I'm not-
carefully.
I'm not wrong in saying like
But we don't know what's going to happen the
Glass
next
cannon.
time. I mean, I'm sure it's going to
Well-
follow.
Also, I will point out that now that your constitution is lower and you make constitution checks to use the item,
It gets harder to succeed.
correct.
figure out how to.
And you guys haven't exactly been rolling badly with that item either.
Oh no.
Well, I mean,
guess
you
I
rolled
just need to
12s,
see-
but yeah.
I just need to see
Maybe
where
it
it goes,
should
right?
be mine. I have +4 on Constitution checks, so.
Lance
Yeah.
probably does have the best chance of using the item to its full
Well,
potential,
Let's
that's for
just
sure.
see where it goes. All right. Let's. It might come to that. You never know. I might die, and then you can.
You
just
know,
steal it.
All that's going through
We
Shelly's
still
mind right now
have
is
it.
that Bjorn's gonna die and she's gonna take that item off your corpse. That's-
yeah, probably, yeah. But we have time. Like, let's see what you do with it. But like, I'm just saying.
All
if
right,
you
you've
want
got
it
dibs.
more,
All right,
I
you
would
you
take
get
it.
dibs. I know that's what you want to
Thank
hear.
Yeah. It is what I want to hear. Thank you.
Silent.
Mhm.
I tried googling, but I'm still confused as to like what actually is ASMR. Not as in me whispering into the mic. I mean ASMR, not ASMR.
Yeah,
Wait,
ASMR
what?
is how you say it. So
Wait,
ASMR.
Yeah. Okay. So.
So
what-
ASMRs are. Do you know what a tiefling is?
No.
Okay, so a tiefling, because they're a little bit easier to describe, is like a demon person. You know, like they're essentially a human that it looks
My
like a demon.
ex-girlfriend.
No.
Does she have horns and a tail and hooves?
Yeah.
Yes.
Metaphorically, yes.
Mhm.
So, this is the kind of thing that a tiefling looks like. This is a pretty classic tiefling look. Now that's because they're half blood. They're half human, half fiend. Okay. An ASMR is
Mhm.
the same thing, but rather than fiends being from hell, it's half celestial, which is from heaven.
Okay.
So you're half angel, is essentially the easiest way to put
Wait, how do you spell it?
it. AASIMAR.
Huh.
Okay.
Wait, Nephilim is half this.
I mean,
Half.
you don't know.
He's like
Okay.
Oh,
He's
too
like
far.
a Valkyrie.
ASMR.
You would have to tell them.
I revealed it to Michelangelo and Bjorn, right?
Oh, did you?
And me.
Oh,
we
okay.
were like,
I don't remember that.
On the
We
beach.
were all
Oh,
on the beach
okay,
after
that was
my-
when
no,
that
it,
came out.
it was
Yeah, yeah.
wasn't it Lance?
No, yeah, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
No,
I
Bjorn,
was
yeah,
there.
sorry,
Yeah,
Lance,
Bjorn was there.
Well, it
Okay.
wasn't necessarily that you revealed it. It's just you started. I don't know. You started
I
glowing.
showed you my face, yeah.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah.
saw-
His face has a slight glow, but you guys don't know that
Yeah,
means
yeah,
he's
it
an
was
ASMR. Like you just know that his face glows, and that's weird. But also, she's blue.
Could I just say that if I knew how to describe...
Everyone's different, guys. Like, you know, there's a lot of races. You don't know all of the like potential. Like, if you think
Maybe
like how many
no.
variations of human there are in the world, of all the different
Maybe.
races, shapes, size, facial
Yeah, man.
structures, hair.
You're just
know?
glowing human to us.
Yeah, maybe Nephilim just has like one of these 17-step Korean beauty routines for his skin that
Yeah, I
makes you,
mean,
like,
let's
glow
look at it.
from the inside.
Let's look at it
Yeah, it's
logically,
like a
right?
flex suit.
Lance grew up under an ocean.
Yeah.
Michelangelo grew up among dwarves as a Goliath. Rovan lived with elves in the woods and probably saw very, very few other humanoids except maybe once every like 25 years or something. And Bjorn lived in a small village with a bunch of other halflings. So you guys are all actually pretty sheltered, and you're out in the wide world now. Lance, you're probably the most world weary, I would say, of everybody, except maybe Bjorn. But everybody else is still pretty new to the idea
Yeah.
of, you know, other races and stuff. Still adjusting to that, like, that other culture.
I'm not right. I'm
I've
very
been on
like...
boats.
Yeah, you're
I'm-
fine. You've been around the block. You've been in prison. Once you've been in prison, everything's fine.
Spoilers. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I thought you told somebody, but you guys
Yeah,
feel
like
you
that.
told me and Michelangelo.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll just say when I showed my face, if I knew what to describe, I probably would have described myself a little bit, but we'll leave it at that. I'll come back to it in the future then, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, it's fine. Leave a little bit of mystery till you figure that out.
Alright. Okay, yeah, so I'm half... Okay, alright, I got it.
Half angel.
Man, some good artwork.
Yeah, ASMRs get some good artwork. There's been a lot of good ASMR artwork in the last couple of weeks because there was an ASMR that guested on Critical Role. Have you watched that yet, Shelley?
Oh, Rini is the best.
How much of
Oh
a
my
lady
God,
boner did you have
yeah.
over that? Yeah, a
Oh,
lot. Yeah, mhm, yeah.
Over Mika Burton in general.
Generally, yeah, she's great. We love her.
She started the Talks Machina with the, oh yeah, I love the artwork and I love her tits. I wanted her to have
Buxom.
a big bosom and I wanted her to buxom and I was like, I think I'm in love with you.
Yeah,
So,
Mika Burton's great.
you know, yeah.
So, guys, just to set the scene then, it's the next day. Bjorn has done his now morning workout. And looks like he's a little bit confused, but like figuring it out. I wouldn't
Bjorn, are
say,
you-
like, you're aware that you feel different, but I wouldn't say you've necessarily quantified in what way yet, Bjorn.
Yeah.
That's but other than that, you guys are on the boat. You're sailing towards Arlsera. You've been able to see Arlsera since you were at the iceberg. You know, it was a distant island that was rising out of the water with like large beachfront properties, and then larger buildings behind that that had a very curved and bulbous shape, and then rising above those these sort of analogues to the spires in Imadori, nowhere near as tall, only about twice the height of the buildings around them, that sort of curve and snake over and kind of twist around a little bit. They're kind of bizarre. And you guys are
Right.
now much, much closer to that, and these towers are now above you as you're sailing across the lake towards your destination.
Can I just address the fact that I rolled a 30-20 when I went for the statue?
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
statue looks sick, dude.
All right, cool.
You walk back out with like the real version of the one you made the day before. And are you doing the same thing again? What were you making this time?
Same thing again.
Yeah, okay. So you walk out with like the display piece version of your like rough draft from the day before.
All right, cool. I just I want to actually leave it in the workshop.
Okay, yeah, you put it back in the workshop.
Cool. So we're really close now.
Eat.
You're really close. Does anybody have anything final they want to do on the boat?
I didn't think so.
Is there any rum?
There is no rum.
This is a shit boat.
Yep.
Yeah, no, worth it.
Finally, we agree on something.
So, you guys sail in. But I mean, if you ask Reynold about it, he will tell you why.
Reynolds, why is there no rum?
Well, I used to drink way too much of it, so now I decided that none is better.
How selfish.
That's true. I'm very proud
Sucks
of
for
you.
the lads, because, you know, they have to go without as well, but if it's on this boat, I'll sniff it out.
He's the true feed.
Alright. Well, on that note, we're going to take a 15-20 minute break,
Awesome.
because
Okay.
I need to grab a quick
Cool.
bite to eat before we continue. And then we'll have about an hour and 50 minutes to explore. Arlsera.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be back.
See you in 15.
Okie doke. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
That was a good fight.
Bruh, I really wish I knew more about my fucking class, or my race, sorry. Because I feel like it's interesting, but I don't know anything about it. And I'm trying to Google shit, but it's not helping.
Yeah, I'm just looking at images.
I'm
and I
kind of
keep
the same.
seeing-
Every time we get something magical, I forget I can identify it. Like literally every time.
You're like, you have a lot of knowledge in magical items, but like don't actually know anything.
Yeah, I just forget to know it. I forget that
Same.
I know it. Yeah.
I want to know if I have access to angels or some shit. That sounds like a cool thing.
Call down the angels.
Yeah, man. I'd be like,
But
oh.
it turns out that they're cunts and they,
They come here, judge all of us, and leave.
yeah. It's like, oh,
It's a weird
okay.
one. I'm half angel, but I'm a criminal. I don't really know.
Oh.
Huh.
Mm.
I'm a
I mean,
fool that
hey,
has some-
like, it's your race is half angelic. That doesn't mean as a person you.
Oh,
carry
actually, I
those-
do remember something now, but I probably shouldn't say anything outside because it's meta.
And also, like in different parts of the world they interpret like angelic and demon as like different things, you know what I'm saying? Like demons can be considered good in a certain race, whereas like angels can be considered bad, you know. So it's all up for interpretation.
Wait, was it? Didn't you? No, it was.
And there's such thing as fallen angels as well.
Yeah, full of awesome. Oh, was it? No, Lance had like that was a god that like did that shit, right?
Yeah, with the whole
Premonition type thing.
yeah.
You're in touch with God, isn't it? As well. That's like
Mhm.
your thing.
Well, my god and Lance's god are very different. Like Lance's one doesn't give a fuck. In fact, Lance's god pretty much selected Lance. It wasn't like she chose the god chose her. Whereas in my scenario, it's like I chose the god, and the god's like more passive. Whereas Lance's god is like, "Yo, wake the fuck up! Time to go!" You know.
Yeah. For
Meanwhile,
real,
I'm
for
trying
real.
to figure out like how to get close to God, use the powers and. Lance
I'm gonna
is
try
one
and-
that shows up.
I think I want to explore how I can be more in touch with my like angelic side and shit. Because I'm pretty sure I've not really been in touch with it at all.
So wait, you're like half angel, half zombie, right, or something?
Nah, half angel, half human. I'm just a half.
Wait, I thought you were zombie.
No,
Nah,
no,
nah,
zombie.
angel.
Asamar.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, okay.
that.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. I'm the opposite of a half demon. What is it? Tiefling.
Teeth
Yeah.
thing.
Tiefling is cool.
that?
I work too. Yeah, let me find it. Final form Rams. What?
You go like Super Saiyan.
This actually, to be honest,
It's just a thing on the shoulders. I never get that. But like, I could imagine like a golden ring like behind you and just fires like lasers or something, kills people, kills things.
I think I'm gonna die.
Yeah, me too. To be honest,
I don't think you'll die.
that thing sounds glass cannon as fuck, dude. Literally.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in a scenario, or it might juice you up. Let's say you get another nice roll, and it like doubles the stats that are like increased now, right?
Yeah, we just don't know.
You'll have like
I don't know what Silence done. It's like it's something that I actually created,
oh, and he's just fucking with you now.
but he's kind of made it.
Yeah.
I've told him what it does, and he's kind of making it do like he's turned it into like D&D form, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
he
think
did the same with the Shadol to me. I was like, oh, I have this really cool concept, and he's like, yeah,
let
this
me
is what's
interpret
happening
it.
now.
Yeah, I kind of like that. So
Oh, yeah, of
it has to
course.
be kind of balanced.
I mean, mine's backstory. Mine's nothing like positive. I also, you know how I have half a fucking rapier right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I wanted that to be a full rapier, as you can imagine. Because that's what I got.
Gotta go find a blacksmith or something.
Nah, it doesn't even work that way. It's like a magical rapier, but
Find a magical blacksmith.
it's in two pieces, and I need the original piece. I have no idea where the fuck. It is.
Oh. Okay, so you need to find someone who can
pretty cool.
find that for you.
You're bound to come across it.
Gotta find that person to get that, and then with that you then have to go and collect it. Yeah, it sounds like a wild goose chase.
It was like I was like, "Oh, can I have this?" He's like, "Yeah." And then like next day, I'm like, "Oh, I want to use my rapier." He's like, "Ah, you only have a handle." I was like, "Okay." Then. But it's-
Jesus Christ, this link.
Fucking hell, dude.
No, it's pretty cool.
What is that?
I don't know. I just was looking at the person and was like, I mean, I'm still searching the
Asthma.
asthma. I don't want to say
Asthma.
asthma, but I like asthma.
You know how you could see the glowing? This is how I imagine it.
Yeah, exact. That's what I was.
Oh, look at this then.
Oh, now that's mad.
That actually is like probably close to what I look like, I'd imagine. Because
Mm. Just like so like same effect, but like on that first character that you dropped, the image of the first dude.
where's the first dude? Yeah,
Oh.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I have a hood up. Yeah. And I have a bow, not like swords, but yeah.
Swords. Yeah.
Bow and a rapier. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much what I look like.
Cool combination.
It's kind of cool. I kind of like it.
I'm gonna delete this because that link is like ugly as fuck.
I'm gonna delete the. That's the Tiefling rogue. That's probably what Winder looks like, to be honest. I haven't even described who Winder is to you yet. I don't think.
Nah,
Maybe.
what's this to come? Not yet.
What up?
Hey.
Yo.
I was just finding a picture to best describe myself.
Oh.
That's like the mask and me glowing through the mask, I guess. And then the one that looks like a highwayman, more that I look at it, the one above.
Yeah.
Kind of a cross between those, but I don't know. It's hard to
Huh.
find something.
You are one
It's always
crazy dude.
if you're like really into it and have a good thing in mind what you look like, you can commission a piece.
Yeah, attempt to create it.
Or attempt to create it if you're good enough.
I'll just Photoshop that mask onto the other guy, and that'll be it.
And give his neck glowing skin.
Yeah.
Glow, glow.
I mean, I'm covered pretty much entirely, except for my like eyes, like in that the last picture I put in.
So it's the last picture, but like with leather armor. And
Yeah,
in
pretty
brown,
much.
not white.
Like I might as well just be like this is just a headshot, so I might as well just be that. Oh, is it-
In fact, you should do that. You should update your
yeah, I was literally just doing
character and
this.
stuff.
I'm literally about to change the picture.
I can't tell if on Roll20, like where my picture is on Roll20, it's just blank, and I don't know what that's about.
You should try and find like a better picture. as well.
Well, I mean, like I want
know
the
you're
picture I
based on-
have. The picture I have of got his fucking name now.
It's the thing from League, right?
Yeah. Why can't I fucking remember his name now? Anyway, that character is how I want Michelangelo to look anyway. So the new artwork of him. God, I can't fucking remember his name.
I think I've just updated it. If it
I'm gonna open League. Open League just so I can have a look at this character. Okay, I can't remember his name. Fuck. Oh, it's frustrating.
Why won't it apply? You won't let me update it.
Oh, League has a new animation
Have you played much of TFT since the new update, by the way?
since a little bit.
Alright,
I played like I solo queued some games. Oh, this is because of Worlds is like around the corner. That's why the it's all stuff for Worlds. Championship Rise. Yeah, learn more about Worlds 2019. It's gonna be in Paris, is all I know. I just don't know when it all starts, when it kicks off. That'll actually be a good one to tune in to. Oh, that's probably why. Galio.
Alright.
That's it. God damn it.
Yeah, Silent. I'm talking to. I feel like I'm talking to Silent, not the DM.
Yeah.
How do I get more in touch, like, with my angelic side, or like, how do I like explore that, if that is possible? Or am I asking you as a DM? I don't know what I'm asking. Who I'm asking?
Player to DM.
Yeah. How do I like explore that?
Well, I mean, it's just something that will come out over the story. If you want to try and connect with your ancestry, then start doing the things that people do to connect with religion and see what happens, man. Like, there's no there's no like how-to guide, you know. Like, go speak to some clerics, you know. Speak to Michelangelo. Like, see if you can figure out where your ancestry comes from. Like, tell me if in your backstory there's somewhere that there's a specific deity that Nephilim's bloodline is associated with. Like,
How
do you
would I
know who
know
your
that?
parents are?
No.
Well, then it's going to be challenging to find that stuff out.
Man, Galio is so huge in this artwork.
I mean,
Yes.
it's the kind of thing, dude, that you're going to have to put time into. It's not just going to happen. So,
Yeah.
like, think of a thing that you can do and then try and do it. It's D&D. There's no, like, rules, as it were. I mean, there's lots of rules, but you know what I mean. Like, it's if you want to do something, pursue that course of action. So, you're arriving into Arelsera. You're arriving into one of the auxiliary ports, not the main port. Just like a sort of, it's more of a like a ferry port. They just offload cargo and passengers very quickly and then leave again. It's not like larger loads. You know, you're on a pretty small boat. There's been enough space for you guys to sleep, but you know you're sort of at max passenger capacity with the cargo as well. And you're in Arelsera. So what would you guys like to do first? Reynolds thanks you and says, "Well, I see you later. You know, if you kill any more dragons, I wouldn't mind another scale. I think this one's going to be the center of my new ship wheel.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, somewhere where I could look at
yeah.
it all the time."
We will let you know. Thanks for getting us here. See you. Bye.
Yeah, thanks, Reynolds.
All right, bye then. Pleasure having you aboard.
Bird.
So you look around, you're on a sort of wharf, there's like, think like Mediterranean coastal buildings, you know? Like that's the kind of vibe where you are just now. It's a lot of like 2, maybe 3-story buildings, a lot of terraces. A lot of like raised ground floors to, you know, anticipate flooding. What do you guys want to do?
To the bar?
Can we see other ships in the port?
Yeah, there's other ferries and stuff. Like they're all kind of
Can we see
similarly
a
sized. Mostly
Steamboat? Something that looks like very different. And
Not
like
here.
Damn.
What
Can you
about
tell
if we
me the
ask?
name again? It's like Bigrit's
breath.
breath?
Yes, because it looked like the dragon on the prow is breathing out the steam.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's hard to say.
Can we ask someone? Like, is there anyone around to ask?
Yeah, there's people
about
around.
this stuff?
You've got like a bunch of people just like moving crates and stuff. There's some like dock hands that are helping unload the ship that you just came in on.
Is there anyone that looks
it's,
like they're in charge of the port at all?
there's
I mean,
secret
you
club.
could ask around. You don't know. You've never been here before.
Okay.
You want to ask around?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hey.
You grab a random person whose half orc is sort of lugging a box, and you startle him slightly, and he almost drops it, but he just about catches it. And he turns around and goes, "What? What'd you want?"
Do you know a boat called Bigrid's Breath?
Is that our new one?
Yeah.
He looks thoughtful. I mean, that's one of them posh ones. It's not sort of a, you know, it's not a river rat's boat. You might find that over in the main port.
Could you direct me there? At all?
Yeah, look for where all the big ships are.
Nice.
To the
like that.
to the southwest.
Southwest. Great.
Yeah,
Cheers,
you're
mate.
in the northeast quarter right now. You want to head down to the southwest. You know where the where the walls are and the large enclosed harbour.
Great. Sweet. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Is he a tall dude with like muscles?
No, he's pretty squat actually. He's got a handlebar mustache that's that like loops over the tusks, you know. So the tusks are almost holding it up, and it's
I like him.
and
cool.
yeah, he's just like a squat. But he's relatively built from like moving stuff around, but also looks like one of those people that's quite handy to get into nooks and crannies.
I wanna. Can I see? Do I see someone that looks like built?
Yeah, sure. You see a couple of people. Yeah,
I want to
it's
go
the
up to one and
docks.
be like, "Yo, Secret Fight Club, Secret Fight Club."
He just looks at you like, what? Like,
Secret Fight?
no, I don't want to fight.
No, you don't want to fight.
No, I don't want to
Why?
fight.
That's fucking boring, dude. You should go
Can
over
I-
to the
You know
other
what?
side
I've
and
just
say,
about
go
had
over?
enough of this.
Wait,
People
can I
are
go
always
over
coming
and
up
drag
to
it
me,
away?
making assumptions because I'm a big lad. Obviously, I want to get Larry. That's just not the case, all right? I just want to do my
No.
job and carry on carrying my big old tray of cockles.
Can I come over and like usher Lance away just to ease?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
to
sure.
stop
I
the
just
situation?
wanted to find out if there's another
Lance, it's okay, it's okay.
I thought we could maybe get another health potion there for like 30 gold.
This is-
Yeah,
like-
that-
Oh,
And
really
that's
also,
an
like,
excellent
but-
point. Sorry, that is an excellent point. How many health potions did you get from the Fight Club?
I bought one.
yeah, I think.
And how much
yeah.
gold did you have on you when you left Imadori?
Oof.
I had.
Oh.
I personally, in my goal was 17 gold.
I'm holding.
I need to look at your inventory sheet quickly. Because you're absolutely right, you did have health potions. I completely forgot about that.
Hmm.
You only got
Yeah,
one
they
total,
weren't in my
right?
inventory though, but I bought one there. I had
Yeah,
it
you
written
just
down.
bought one. Okay, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's fine if you didn't have it written down, but the thing is that as soon as you left Imadori, 200 gold's worth of stuff would have been taken off your person.
Oh,
Magically.
just stuff in general?
Yeah, just
Wait,
200
I thought it was just
200
gold.
gold's worth of stuff. No, it'll take gold if you have gold, but in the absence of gold,
Huh.
Wait, why?
because
that
the
a tax?
Xbox tax.
That's a
Isn't it only if
pretty
you
dickish
take?
move. Can I get that back?
Isn't it only if you take something magical from Imadori out?
Yes, a
Right.
health potion is magical. Well, I mean, a health
Oh.
potion's a common item actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, we'll say that for a for like a very basic health potion, it's fine. But yeah, no, that should.
Well, also 200 gold worth of stuff. That's a lot.
That's what the Xbox tax is. It's 4 times the value of the item.
Oh yeah, it's 4 times the value of the item. But I did pay gold for the item.
That doesn't matter. It's the tax.
That's so stupid. Why would anybody buy anything?
Well, because most people don't leave Imadori once they get there. It's like almost a paradise.
Eh.
As far as the people who live there are concerned, they're like, hey,
Well,
we can have all of the
take
magical
my-
items we want for like basically no money and fly around in skypods and shit. You see the rest of the
Take-
planet doing that?
Take my bag of Skittles and my relaying pin club and my small stone with a hole in the center.
No, we'll leave it because now that I think about it, a healing potion doesn't count as a magical item technically. I don't
Yeah,
think.
that's good because you need that bag of skills. You just
So we'll leave it for now. But I suddenly had a thought where it's like, oh yeah, magic. Like they're magical.
Yeah.
But they are in the mundane item list, so we'll leave it for now. But
happens
that
if I,
is
like,
something to
found
bear in
an
mind the
item?
next time you're in Imadori. Well,
What-
if you
what
found
happens
an
if I just
item
found-
and you removed it from Imadori, the magical shield around Imadori would know that you removed the item, as has been explained to you, and then you would have 4 times the value of that item removed from your gold.
Basically.
Yeah.
And in the
I
event where you
thought
do
last
not have
time you
enough
said it
things,
was like-
other things happen.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like
I
being
thought it
attacked
was
by
just
Cloud.
it takes just the gold, and if it's not
Being
enough gold,
attacked by
well,
Cloud. Yep.
Yeah, potion of healing is in the normal list of items, so
yeah, in like the completely normal list of
yeah.
items that
So
with a rope.
you got
Shit.
away with it this time.
Okay.
Do you guys want to head to the harbor that he mentioned in the southeast?
Yeah, sure.
And if there's a bar on the way, maybe we can stop in and have a drink. I really, really want to drink.
Oh yeah, we didn't notice.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay.
But
Let's
I'm down.
go.
Okay, to a bar.
Okay,
To
so you're
the
looking for a
harbor.
bar. What kind of bar are you looking for?
Well, I want to head like in the direction of the like the southeast anyway.
Okay, so you start
Southwest.
wandering
Southeast
through,
or
and once
southwest?
West.
Southwest is the harbor.
okay, so once
we're in the
you
northeast, yeah.
once you get a little bit deeper from the water's edge, these smaller buildings, these 2 to 3 story buildings, like butt up against a large citadel wall that's about 60 feet high, and you sort of circumnavigate that until you find a gate into the city. The gates are open. Doesn't appear to be any kind of like guard on them or anything. As far as you're aware, there's no current military situation with the city, so everything's kind of lax. But you can see these massive gates and these huge rods that drop down from the top of this thing. And as you're walking through this archway in this citadel wall, it's a good like 25-30 feet thick. Like, it would take a while to get through this without any kind of magic, that's for sure. And so you're walking in this like almost like a dark corridor through the wall, and you come out onto the other side. And looking back up at the wall, there are actually windows in it, so you get the impression that the space isn't completely solid, but impossible from the outside to know which bits are and which bits aren't. And you do see the occasional sentries sort of just, wandering around on top of the wall and stuff. There's some towers that stick out of it. And the corridor that you walked through actually sloped upwards. You're on a higher ground level now than you were before, so the wall doesn't seem as big from the inside. It doesn't seem as imposing. So that's, it's not as hemmed in as you might have felt like it was had you been still at the level that you were when you walked into from the outside. It was much more imposing than it is from the inside, is what I'm trying to say. And you're walking through, and the architecture is a little bit different here. It's much smoother, much rounder. There's more organic shapes to it. It's less angular, It's less. It's more like somebody drew it than designed it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, and you start making your way southwest, and you do find a few different bars and stuff that you go past. There's the Hog's Head, the Leaky Saucet.
The Leaky Saucet.
Yeah,
The Leaky Saucet.
the
Do we
Leaky
go
Wherever
to
you
the-
go, guys.
Do we go to the Leaky?
Sounds the best. You want to?
Yeah.
The Hog's Head or the Leaky Saucet?
I'm for the leaky thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
I'm gonna go in there.
So you do
Leaky
note
Leaky.
as you go in that leak is spelled Leek, and saucet is spelled SAUCE-IT.
I could go for some leek. Yeah.
Oh,
It's like a
You
soup.
go in and it's like it's like
It's
a
like a
gastro.
health-
It's a gastro. It's like a high health gastro. It's like there's a lot of organic microbrewery beers. It's like the menus are kind of posh. You look across the room and there isn't a single plate in sight. Like everybody's eating off these like little chopping boards with like the little can of fries and.
I really want to eat here, but I think it's too expensive. Like, I
And
bet
it's
it
vegan.
tastes delicious, but I think it's also really
I mean, I
expensive.
guess the question is, what's too expensive to a group that just found over 100 platinum, let alone the rest?
Maybe. Oh, yeah, right.
We're cheap at heart.
You guys have definitely like in won the D&D lottery, but have no idea what to do or how to adjust to that fact.
Oh,
Like suddenly money's not a problem for you guys, and that's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. Hey, you guys look very rough and ready compared to the rest of the clientele. It's mostly elves in here. They're well dressed. A lot of robes, but also a lot of like tailored suits and nice dresses. Like it's
Nephilim.
think French cafe in the in like the middle of like the upmarket area of Paris. That's kind of the dress sense here.
What's up, Michelangelo?
Do you really want to drink here? I mean, there's like a bar like just across the street. I don't know. I'm not feeling too comfortable. Unless you you know, some information you want to dig up.
I feel like we're gonna be looked down upon here. Probably go to the Hogshead, talk to some more level-headed people.
All right.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you
Well,
definitely
but if
drew
you-
some gazes as you guys sort of stepped in through the doorway and took stock of the situation. There were a few people who kind of looked up and then looked down and then went, hang on, and looked again.
I turn around to the group and I'm like, if you really want to piss people off right now that are normally in higher social standing, we could get fucked right here. Like,
the
let's drink.
Hogshead.
We have so much money. Okay, let's go to the
No.
Hogshead. I
Yeah,
just mean they
we
wouldn't
could
throw us
flex.
out, probably.
Yeah, we could flex on these people, but we also cause a scene.
That's the point, Michelangelo. The point is to.
That is true. Could cause a scene.
I mean,
Mm,
I'd
mm.
rather
Rovan being a country boy doesn't understand like any of the class systems. So why can't we drink here? And starts like walking towards the bar slowly. Yeah.
We don't want to
this is,
drink here because
these-
some people think they're better than us.
hey, Hog's an animal, right? You like animals. Let's go to the Hogshead.
Logic.
These people.
Beheaded animal, yes. It's really my flavor.
I mean, you could stay
Uh,
here and eat organic, like.
Or we can
Apple.
get more. We can get cheaper and a lot more drunk.
Now you're talking.
Correct me if I'm wrong as well, Rovan, but I believe the Dragons was the first time that Rovan hasn't paid respects to the kills.
Yeah, it would have been the only time.
I don't know if any of you would have noticed necessarily, except maybe Michelangelo would have, because he's observant AF
Yeah, I can.
You know,
and can read lips and shit. Just gonna throw that
Yeah.
out there, keep reminding you, because that's like an important ability to be able to remember
Oh,
that
dude,
you have.
what other people say when we came in?
Did
Did
all right.
somebody say anything about us?
I don't know. Can I? Let me.
What are they saying
Scan,
over
can I
there?
scan the room?
Yeah. I mean, you scanned the room. You guys have left, right? You guys have left the
Yeah.
the building
Yeah.
again, so you can just be
Yeah.
like, oh, those guys were totally.
I
What did they
mean,
say?
they all seemed very boring. Don't worry about it, guys.
Most Michelangelo response ever.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Well,
what I feel like you might want to hear.
To the Hogshead.
Okay, so you guys go into the Hogshead, and this is still actually surprisingly upmarket, but you're starting to get the impression that if you're inside the walls, it's probably going to be pretty fancy. So you go in. This is a little bit more rough and rowdy though, and also there's a little bit wider range of races. There's less elves, still predominantly elves. This is an elvish city. But there's quite a few dwarves in here, and they're drinking and singing boisterously in the corner, and beer splashing on the walls as they're quaffing, you know, because well, you know, it's too upmarket to have the tankards with the lids, so, and you need those in order to be able to conduct the singing without spilling the beer, but they don't have them, and the dwarves don't care. So there's just kind of beer hitting the
Fucking-
walls, and
Yeah.
this waiter this waiter's kind of like doing a loop, and as you stand there, like you'll see that like every minute or so, as he passes by, he kind of like waves his fingers, and Bjorn had recognized like a little bit of prestidigitation just removing just like a little bit, just like every time he goes by, just removing a little bit of the beer from the wall. Like it's gonna be there again, but he figures, you know, if he keeps on top of it, then at least it won't be more. kind of. So it definitely seems like somewhere where you could get properly fucked up, and people would be like, whatever. It's just like they're paying to be here. It's fine.
Let's do that.
Yeah, so you guys grab a table. There's actually a tiefling, Maitre D. She's got this very platinum white hair that's coming out of this. She's a purple tiefling, mottled black colorings that seem to almost writhe beneath the skin, but are in fact fixed in place. The horns, they do the up, out, and point up. So
Oh man, that's like full.
The football
demon.
goal.
yeah. It's the turn your head sideways to go through narrow doorways kind of tiefling.
I'm gonna
And
quickly-
they have holes drilled in them with piercings and stuff kind of hanging out, and this is like the posh Elvish city version of like an alternative bar. That's basically what I'm telling you.
I'm gonna grab a couple of shots and then I'm gonna go and sit with this tiefling. I want to go say hi.
Okay, sure. So I mean, she sort of points you towards a table, but then when you go back up to her, you're grabbing a couple of shots. You say on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is table service, but there is a bar that you can walk up to.
Wait, I'm confused. Who is this tiefling?
The maitre d'.
Does that mean?
Is that like door host?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, just because they're staff doesn't mean they're not people, man. Like you've worked in a bar.
Yeah, exactly. So I know it's not worth approaching someone they're liking. All right.
All right, fair enough.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Actually, I think I still will.
Okay,
I think
cool.
I still will.
Yeah.
I like your piercings.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you.
I really don't like an accent. I want to go away.
Okay, bye.
Well, that was short-lived.
Lofty's on the floor and his chair looks like it hit his door. Like he fell out of his chair laughing so hard his door is being knocked on by his chair.
Oh.
God, that accent was too much.
I thought it was a very good accent.
It's just not what I expected. Okay. It's not what I expected.
What did you expect? Don't make
I don't know,
assumptions.
maybe a bit more. Yeah, shouldn't make
All
us. We're in the land of.
It's like nobody
If
expects anybody
anything
with an
goes.
Irish accent to be black, but they still exist, you know?
True.
Actually, I'm gonna go up to her one more time. Okay.
Oh, back again.
Yeah.
Nope.
Never mind. I'm kidding.
Actually,
So, we're gonna be staying for a few drinks, but we're new in town. Is there anything you'd recommend doing apart from drinking here?
Oh, there's so many museums. They're all delightful. You should check them out.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Well, museums of what?
Oh, all kinds of things. I mean, this is the center of Elvish culture, you know? And what I should say is, like, you know, you want to check out, like, the modern exhibition. There's some excellent, like, dissection, suspension stuff in there. Super cool, you know? And then there's, like, a lot of other stuff. Like, you know, if you're interested in, like, military history, there's a lot of stuff about the elves military. And, you know, it's just a lot of proud Elvish stuff mostly, and you don't see much tiefling stuff in there.
Huh. My partner was a tiefling. Not my partner, my ex-partner. My old friend. My old friend was a tiefling.
Oh yeah, everybody knows a tiefling.
Hmm. feel like that was a bit racist for me to bring up. So I'm gonna go back to the table.
You're like, hey, I've got a black friend.
You guys know each other.
It really went down well when you were like, oh yeah, my partner's a tiefling. Well, not my partner, obviously.
my
Abort.
I'm gonna go.
Wow.
Okay, I'm not. So, the military history, is that in the Museum of the Modern History? Is that one?
Oh no, there's a couple of those. You know, you've got the Proud Elves first, which is like, well, that's kind of the most popular one. It's a little tonally off for me. I prefer the much more Times and Trials. That's really my favorite museum. You know, I think it does a better job of representing, the other races that are involved. History is always written by the winners and all that stuff, and obviously we all love elves because we live in Aurosera. But when you get right down to it, like realistically, how much
Could you
do
just
they
wait there?
care?
Can you just wait 1 second? I really need another shot.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, we just bring those to the table. You don't have to walk. Okay.
Give me two. Give me two. I really need two. Please. Alright.
Can I with my perception, can I just like examine the bar, like or the area around us?
Yeah, sure, man. Like, make a perception check.
Do I have
It's a
to?
bar.
Yes, you do have to, Lofty. That's how the game works. If you're like, I want to look around the bar, I'm like, hey, make a perception check, because that's what we do when we look at stuff.
Like the only thing I can do that's better than my passive is 20. So unless I'm rolling a 20, it's pointless, right?
Well, that's not
Anything you
true.
roll that's above 15 is gonna be better than what you have.
Well, my passive perception is 19.
Yeah, your passive perception
Yeah,
is
but if you
90,
roll
but
a
you have a
15
plus 9
plus-
to your perception, dude.
Oh, okay. I
Oh,
see.
So anything above
okay.
an 11, yeah.
Yeah, everything above 11's juicy.
Wait, hang on. Do you have observant? You don't have observant. You have perceptive. That's a different thing. You can't read lips.
I thought.
Oh,
Oh, that's why he said there was nothing interesting. He was just pretending that he could do it.
Yeah.
Well, this whole time you.
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
hold on.
you don't have
Okay.
observant. You have perceptive. You have it gave you expertise in perception. So you have a plus 9 to your perception. So if you roll a 19, you get a 28 result.
It's pretty perceptive.
So you increased your wisdom score by 1 to a maximum of 20. You gain proficiency in the perception skill. If you're already proficient in the skill, you add double your proficiency bonus to checks you make with it. Being in a lightly obscured area doesn't impose disadvantage on your wisdom perception checks if you can both see and hear.
Oh. Well,
So, make your roll,
I rolled
Mr.
a
Lofty. So?
rolled a 4.
Okay, well that's a 19 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you look around the bar. What are you looking for specifically? Like, there's a lot of stuff that could be in here. You just like having a general reconnoiter, because I'll
Yeah,
like
just
happily
wanna-
list
I wanna
NPCs that are in here that you could potentially
yeah.
talk to.
let's go with that.
Okay, how about I give you some the most interesting person is definitely the tiefling. Definitely stands out. There's a few other people in kind of leather coats. The dwarves in the corner, they look they're very boisterous. They look really ready and rough and ready to handle themselves as well. They look like a dwarven version of your group actually. And you feel quite a bit of nostalgia looking at them in the corner, like you recognize the song and you just generally like
I'm a fan of the
yeah, I mean
loud
that's it.
fun
Like you
they're
can
having,
yeah, and you've got no like you know the song. Like it's a well-known drinking song back in but I forget which city it was that you're from. Words. Hang on. It was Krollis. Yeah, so it's a well-known drinking song in Krollis. In fact, actually, one of the accents, you can hear it in the song. There might be somebody from Krollis in that group, but most of them have like a Alaric accent. And yeah, you're then other than those guys, like I say, like look very rough and ready. Lot of battle axes over at that table, you know, a lot of armor. Then there's a couple of other folks just sort of like pretty well dressed. Like this looks like it's like maybe like a warm up spot. You know, it is after lunchtime. It's kind of like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, so people coming out right now. Oh, sorry, what day is it? Let me just check what day it is. Yeah. Where's my timeline? So, I can tell you which day of the week it is. I don't know. So, would have been the 26th. So, it's the 1st of October right now. And so it's a Wednesday, yeah, midweek, but still pretty busy in here. In terms of other people, there's a couple of Hearthwalks that look like they look a little bit like the dock workers you saw before, but like a little bit more grungy, if you know what I mean. You get the impression that they maybe made a trek from outside the walls to come specifically to this bar. They're talking animatedly with one of the waiters who's kind of stopped at their table. That waiter is just a human, blonde hair, relatively long. You notice as well that there's like not really like a dress code for the staff, so it's kind of hard to spot the waiters. But they all have like a towel sort of tucked into a pocket somewhere that kind of hangs out. You can't. It's just like handy to have for wiping stuff up, but also like a little bit of a badge that I work here. And yeah, I mean there's assorted other people, but those are the ones that really catch your eye. Specifically the dwarves. I mean, you're having trouble like looking away from the dwarves because you know it's just such fond memories. It's been such a long time. You know, you were at the Watchtower for quite a while, and before that, like that's your childhood, man. You're looking at your childhood in the corner there.
So exciting. All right, what are we doing, guys?
I don't know. Talk more to
Yeah.
Drinking.
the tiefling, or do you want to go to?
Do
the
we have a table? Do we have a table?
Yeah, you guys have a table. She pointed you towards a table. Nephilim left that table to go talk to her.
Okay. All right.
Smooth.
Mhm.
So is Nephilim still up there with the tiefling, and we're just at the table? I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. So what are we trying to achieve while we're here?
I want to go to the museums. Well, I'm not on your table, so I can miss it. I think I'm just going to come back to the table for a bit, actually.
All right. So
Enjoy the
museum.
museums!
Yeah.
there's the boat, mechanical boat that we
Yeah,
don't
I want to
hunt.
find that.
And
So the tiefling just told me about some museums.
Cool.
They'd be cool to go to. That would be really nice. It'd probably help me in my quest a little bit too. Give me a bit of backstory around here.
Yeah, I'm down. for that.
So museum day.
Yeah.
Whole
should
day
we
in
should
a
we
museum.
try and find this boat then?
Even though it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the whole day in a museum still seems too much to Lance.
Which is funny because that's the exact opposite of myself.
Hey, this is why we call it roleplay.
Well, yeah.
Should we try and see if we can find this boat first, or
Yes,
we
please.
doing museums? Or
Hey, can we sleep here? Is this a sleeping tavern also?
You just sort of call out to the room.
Yeah.
Somebody at the next table over goes, I think they've got a few beds. I don't know.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, that's the tiefling.
Yeah, you can go back over to the tiefling. She's just sort of
Is that-
like she's at that like it's almost like a desk that's just off to the side of the door, so she can kind of get a bit of work
Yeah.
done in between people coming in and out.
Like a podium type thing, right?
Yeah, she looks watching her once you've been in here for a little bit, she seems to be like more like a manager than like just a door host.
Okay. Is there a place we can sleep for the night?
Well, we have a couple of rooms here. They're not occupied right now. That could be your option, I guess.
Sure. How much are they?
Oh, you know, I don't know, says the DM. She does know, but one moment while I look up what room and board is normally.
It's a B&B.
Room and board. Food, drink, and lodging. Oh yeah, that'll be like 4 gold for the 2.
Huh.
That's yeah.
It's
Well,
reasonable.
just for the one night, or do you want multiple, or?
Just for the one night for now, but maybe we might extend it if that's all right. Just depending on how long we're planning to stay.
Well, I mean, as long
Okay.
as you let us know before, you know, like 10 AM tomorrow, so we don't clean the room, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, quoi?
Cool.
Quoi?
Qua.
Yeah, quoi? I'll take the gold now, please. That's how this
Qua.
works, you know, it's a transaction.
Qua.
This tiefling is.
Dude, I'm bugging out. Do
Just-
I have gold on me right now?
We just give him
Yes,
money.
you've gold, I
Yeah.
assume, because you found a fuck ton of it in the dragon's cave.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, do I have it?
It's
Is
like,
what I'm saying.
yeah, it's like I don't know what we've.
Well,
done
you
with
guys
that.
had 4 days on the boat, so I'm going to assume that you guys took the time to like manage your inventory, decide what you're going to do with that and everything.
All right,
Well,
cool.
wait a
Hi.
second. Let me look at this. We have like, how about everybody? How many people are we? 1, 2,
5.
3, 4, 5. How about everybody gets 100 gold?
Everybody gets 100 gold.
Cool.
Just mark it on your sheets that you got 100 gold now.
Lance was handing out pocket money on the boat.
Yep.
So Lance
Thanks,
is the
Mom.
money is managing the money
Yeah.
for us.
And
Alright.
tell you what, just if you guys just want to mark off like 4 gold as well, in addition to this 4 gold for like drinking while you're here. It's
So, like,
your
8 gold?
overall bar tab, somebody drop 8 gold and this place is
Yeah.
covered for you guys.
Did it. I did
Qua?
that.
Okay, so wait. So
Well-
the rest of us pay 4?
Oh, by the way, I noticed that you
Was
guys.
it 4
Hmm?
per
Sorry,
person? Sorry, was it 4 per person or was
No,
it
it's just
4
4 in
in
total.
general?
4 for the 2 rooms for one night.
Oh,
I'll
Cheap
pay.
as
I've
shit.
taken it off mine already.
And you
Oh.
said 4 for
so
drinking?
so like the average commoner earns maybe a gold a month.
oh, okay, all right.
We're fucking rich.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're done
Ballin'.
rich.
Yeah, I doubt
Yeah.
that any of you have seen more money than this in one go.
Uh,
How much money
So
did
was
we
it
get?
4 gold including the
1,700?
drinks?
You got like retardo money.
What was the question, Sosha?
4 gold including the drinks?
8 gold including the drinks.
All right.
Wait.
Like I paid 4 of it out of the
Party.
treasure money, out of the party money,
Yeah, okay.
and
I paid the other.
Nephilim said
Okay.
they would pay the other.
You guys,
Bjorn
you guys can figure it
Bjorn
out when
paid
he comes
for
back to the
the
table and he's like, "It was 4 gold." Somebody can hand him 4 gold. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
Bjorn paid for the fucking
Bjorn
drink,
paid for
and
and-
you paid for the rooms. There
Yeah.
you go.
There
Good
we go.
stuff.
all right. Yeah.
How much money do we actually have? I just want to understand.
It's in the Google Doc.
Yeah, it's in the Google-
1,700 gold.
In the Google
If-
Doc, we've got like a
in
collective
general,
of
like
like
the
3K.
gold total, including the
3
silver and the
grand.
copper and the platinum, we have 3,143
Oh
gold
my
and 3
God.
copper.
So we're dummy rich.
Yeah, you guys could buy a town for a month.
And then like everyone just got 100.
Yep.
I had 70 on me before that 100.
Nice.
So I'm just
I had
Money.
17 on me.
I don't know how much I have. I don't know if I had any actually.
I have
Probably not.
126.
so
Yeah.
I've got some bull bearings.
Nice.
Y'all
Oh,
got
man,
pocket
you know-
money.
I've got
I
a
could
1,000
get-
of those.
Does this place have also have a magic tax on like items?
That's what I was about to ask the tiefling. All right.
Okay, go for it. Because I would like to know that.
We're also looking to potentially go shopping. Is there like because we just came from Ayamadori?
Oh yeah, no, there's nothing like that here, you know.
Oh,
I
thank
mean, everything's a lot rarer than it is over there. You know, in Imadori, it's like crazy land, you know. I like to go across there, you know, 2 or 3 times a month for gigs, you know. And it's just like, it's wild. There's so much magic, everything's flying around. There's like shooting in the sky and stuff, and like sparks, and you know, it's just wild. Like, you should go for a night out in Imadori. It's a real good time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hold you to that
Uh,
actually.
Oh, I
Decided
just
to go
meant
with
in
the accent.
general, but I mean, I'll come with you if you want. Like, that seems cool. I like your mask.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah. What sort of what sort of gigs? What sort of gigs do you, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
you know,
usually
stone
looking for-
music.
Stone music?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
You know, it's on the
Damn.
heavier side, you know, we got a couple of bats with loots and stuff, you know, it's kind of
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Like, normally we
Yeah,
just
for
play
sure.
in here, but, you know, we got a little bit of a cult following over on the other end, you know, it's super cool.
That is super cool. So I'm super into that music too.
Oh,
as
that's
well.
wild! No way! Who'd you like?
Uh,
Anybody specific? I
that?
know most of the American, you know, traveling groups, you know, if you know any particular tropes that you like, you know, they're pretty cool.
See, actually, I'm in a stone band right now.
No way! What do you play?
Yeah.
We should
Drums.
down.
Drum.
Yeah, we should totally marmalade sometime.
Yeah, for sure.
Why was this the thing to break me?
I have like really high like performance and persuasion and shit, and I feel like I'm horrible at flirting. Alright.
I mean, she's buying it, man. Like, she's buying what you're selling.
I actually do have drums on me apparently.
Oh wow.
Oh no, I'm proficient.
That was
I'm proficient with
hilarious.
Drums.
Like I couldn't stop. It was the quad. It was that's so quad. 3 single times. Oh wow.
I was gonna ask you as well. You like a traveling group of adventurers?
We're just this is my band.
Oh wow! What's your name?
Dragon killers?
The Dragon Killer.
Are you shouting that from across the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a yeah. We're like pretty new, but you know, we're getting around.
Oh wow! What do all your friends play? Huh?
So we have this really cool trick. I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but
A
we
cool
have a
trick?
Cool. It's so cool. We have. You see the little guy over there? His name's Bjorn.
Hi.
And
Oh, Bjorn!
in fact, do you just want to come join the table? We'll introduce.
Well, you know, I have to keep an eye on the door, but you know, like maybe you know what? I'll just hey, Sario! And and the human turns around and is like, yeah, what is it? Hey, you wanna like watch the door for me? I'm gonna chat with these folks. And he just kind of like rolls his eyes and like walks over and sort of like leans on the desk where she was working. Like, oh yeah, cool. Like, hey, you know what? Like, why don't we, you know, if you guys want to talk about stuff, you know, like maybe you guys looking for a place to marmalade or what?
I don't think for now. I think we're just going
Oh, it's
to.
just we got a back room, so you know, if you guys want to set up, like, you're more than welcome to like have a sesh.
All right, Can I whisper to Bjorn? All right, Bjorn.
Hey.
You can do sound illusions, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Alright.
totally got that.
Yeah, you got this. You got this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I can play drums. They're just gonna. The rest of us are gonna just mime everything, and you're gonna play the best sound illusion you possibly can. All right.
Alright, okay.
All right, you got this. Okay. Yeah, I'm down to. Let's go marmalade, man.
So
That'd be so cool.
just for the sake of everybody's own sanity, could everybody check to see what instruments they're proficient in?
I don't know why it's got to
I
here.
don't think yeah, it's like I've never.
How do
I
I
have
learn
Professional
a
how
drums.
tools and a boat.
Yeah, like how do you know?
It'll be
I
in your
think it should be on the
proficiencies.
Bottom left
Yeah.
in the
Oh, I see.
proficiencies and languages.
It's in
thing.
tools, basically.
I'm
It's under
gonna
tools.
sing
They
in
count as
Draconic.
tools.
Oh, yeah.
I can play the.
Are you gonna do some draconic throat singing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in because I can't do anything else with the primordial, which is what I can talk.
No, that primordial's the real throat singing, you know, like Draconic's like, you know, the throat singing that you get in New York, whereas primordial's the throat singing you get in an Eskimo tribe. Sorry, Inuit tribe.
I'm apparently proficient at cook's utensils. I'm just gonna bang some pots and pans.
I mean, you got the sound illusion, so.
Yeah, you're the sound illusion guy. You're like the PA.
Can I like fake? Can I just spiritual weapon and just like create whatever instrument and fake
Like,
that I can do that?
It's perfect.
Yeah.
You and
Yeah.
your spiritual weapon are the backing vocals together. Like
Totally do that, yeah. That's no
Wait,
problem.
what? I don't.
We're basically
I can make the
now
spiritual
at
weapon into
different
any
languages a
instrument,
cappella
and you want
band
it
with
to be
drums.
my. You want it to be
What
my
song are we doing,
vocals.
guys? We can do literally any song.
It can literally be
We
any
are Van
instrument.
Canto.
Yeah,
We
you're
are Van
basically
Canto
our
right
Van
now.
Canto!
We
Oh,
are
what?
Van Canto.
What's that?
an
They're a
acapella metal
fantastic
band.
they're a fantastic band. I will introduce you
It's so
guys.
great.
I've already introduced Lofty and Rams to some of their stuff actually.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, they
Oh,
did
what
that.
are they called?
Van Canto. I Need a Hero is probably my favorite song from them. It's really good.
I really like I think not the newest album because they got a new singer, but the one before that where they wrote all the songs themselves for this.
So I'm just gonna throw this out there, Bjorn, just because this is
Okay.
something that you would know.
Yes.
You do have Major Image.
Yes.
You can essentially cast a band for 10 minutes. Because
guys.
the image you create the image of an object or a creature or some other visible phenomenon. So I'll say that a band is a visible phenomenon. It's more than one creature, but sure. That is no larger than a
Alright.
20-foot cube. The image appears at a spot that you can see within range and lasts for the duration. It seems completely real, including sounds, smells, and temperature appropriate to the thing depicted.
Well, we're about to do a 10-minute set, guys.
Yeah.
10-minute set incoming.
So you know we got this back room if you're looking to Marmalade.
Correct.
I know what it
Yeah,
can be
yeah,
like when you're on
listen.
the road all the time. You know, it's hard to find a decent place to set up. So you know, we like to keep the
Alright.
room
You know-
free because sometimes we do gigs. You know,
That sounds cool.
that does sound cool.
Cool.
Whoa.
Alright, should we? You guys good to go? You guys down for this?
I
Yeah.
need to do
Yeah.
some vocal warm-ups.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
spiritual weapon a guitar.
Alright, I got drums.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
actually
So she
proficient at drums,
leads
too,
you out of the room and into like a back room. And as she leaves, she's like, "Hey, yo, Sarah, like you know, keep some drinks coming through here. You know, we're gonna sesh for a bit."
Say, why are we
Oh,
in that?
I never asked you. Well, first of all, what's your name, and also what do you play?
Oh, my name's Laris.
Laris.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Nephilim.
Oh, cool.
And this is Bjorn, Rovan, Lance, and Michelangelo. Yeah.
Oh, Michelangelo, like the sculptor.
Exactly like the
exactly-
sculptor, actually.
Oh, really? That's pretty sweet. Hey, you're a Goliath as well. He's a Goliath. Hey, you could be brothers.
Yep.
Uh huh.
He's the
Quoi?
What are
he's
the odds? Like,
band Michelangelo.
How did you know about
You
the
know
other
what?
Michelangelo?
well, he's the American sculptor. I mean, this is the city. This is the city with the most culture in all of America. I mean, why wouldn't we know about the Michelangelo? You know, he's famous.
Would you know him though?
Well, like to
Was
see, like I don't know. I don't know why he looks. I know he's a Goliath, like your friend here, who's also called Michelangelo. Crazy coinkydink, but.
Rovan's gonna
Today,
do a shot on
I'm
that one.
Michelangelo, the band man, with a big old spiritually made guitar. Let's go.
Alright, wait, give me 1 second.
You okay there, Shelley?
Actually,
It was coinkydink, wasn't it?
Winky dink.
Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
We like
as
what's
well.
up?
We'll have a beat.
Alright, ready? 1, 2.
Okay, so I'm gonna need everybody to make a performance check.
Natural one!
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, 2.
Let's go.
Oh, I rolled a 2 as well.
Oh, wait, mine is -1 now as well.
So no, for
I
your
rolled a 12.
for your performance check there, you would be using your intelligence because you're casting a spell to do it.
Ah, okay.
In fact, actually, you kind of don't need to because the spell sort of takes care of it. It's up to them to see through the spell. So otherwise, it appears real to them. So you just cast. You don't need to make a check. Beyond.
Alright.
I got a 12.
But you do spend a 3rd level spell, so
Yeah,
that's why you don't need to roll.
I tick that off.
Hey, did anybody get more than 5 so far?
Yeah, I got 12.
I got a 5.
I mean, do we get
You know what,
advantage
we spent-
because the sounds are right?
But everyone's miming it, like, off beat.
Yeah, but it's
Wait.
the miming that's important, you know.
By the way,
like...
if I'm proficient, does that mean I roll with advantage or something? Or
No, it means you add
For
your
drums.
proficiency. I mean, if you're actually playing the drums, so you're proficient in
Okay.
drums. So
Do
you
we
can
add
your
anything to
performance
this?
bonus. You can roll. You can roll a charisma check and add your proficiency bonus.
roll a charisma check and add my proficient. I'm so confused. But okay.
Well, that's so. The drums. You use charisma to play the drums because that's what performance and stuff is based on. And you're proficient in the drums, so you add your proficiency bonus.
Oh, I have a +0 in performance,
Same.
so it feels bad. Yeah, do we get advantage? I want to roll again.
Nobody's getting advantage.
He's doing an illusion, surely.
Nephilim, what did you get?
Okay,
Yeah,
wait,
he's doing an
wait.
illusion, so he didn't have to roll. But the rest of you are
Right.
trying to keep up with his illusion,
Okay,
and you
okay.
have no idea what his illusion is about to do next. It's not like, you know, the normal times where it's like, oh yeah, like everybody knows
Okay.
more than a feeling. Everybody knows living on a prayer. Like, it's not that situation. He
Okay,
knows the
okay.
songs that he grew up with in his halfling town.
Yo,
Can I,
we're
can I, like-
welcome to tribute
Can I like
band,
pop off the
okay?
stage and then invoke duplicity, summon a clone of myself, and have the clone do the performance?
Okay, sure. So you're sat at the side, do it with the clone doing
Yeah,
the
I'm
performance.
sat down and my clone's gonna be on stage. Can I roll for my clone?
No.
Damn it!
You're still controlling it. It's actually harder when you're doing it with the duplicate.
Oh my god.
So the
Okay.
most anybody rolled was a 12, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
We butchered it.
She rolled a 10 on her insight check. So she
likes
can't
it.
tell that the sound is an illusion. She does seem a little confused about how good it sounds, but she's like, "Hey, you know, you guys for starting out, you're doing pretty well. I like it. You know, it's weird. Like, it doesn't look like you're doing that much, but I really feel the vibe." And she's like, you know, she's got a lute now, and she's like busting out, and there's these crystals set into the lute, and there's this kind of like really like heavy, distorted guitar sound coming out that you guys have never heard before, and it sounds super cool.
Sick.
That's
Yeah,
quite-
there's just like 6 crystals, one under each string, you know, across the where the pickup would be on an electric guitar.
Oh, you guys
Yeah,
are
super
killing me.
quoi.
Kawinky dink.
What's that? Oh yeah, the Kawinky Dink. Like, hey, what are the odds? Hey, I see there's 2 of you now. Like, how many Michelangelo Goliaths are there? I know that one's just an illusion, right? Hey?
Oh my god.
And Cyril comes in the middle of all of this as well, and is just like, actually looks kind of like appreciative and is like nodding his head, and then he looks at all of you and he's like still nodding
You
his
know-
head but looks slightly confused, and then he leaves.
I want to rage. So lightning shoots out of me a little bit. So I'm a little bit more obscured, and people focus more on the lightning than my face and what I'm doing.
All right, yeah. So you start adding some visual effects in. Bjorn, you could be doing all kinds of visual effects while this is happening. by the
Oh yeah, we got a light
Fireworks are
show.
going on.
Yeah, like
machines.
it's fucking wild in here. Now,
Yeah.
people are
Oh,
aware
man.
of the spell Major Image, so it is like, it's not like necessarily that you're like misleading, but it's like part of the whole thing. And she's like, hey, you know, you guys are doing really good. I mean, it's always a good idea for like a traveling band to have somebody to do the, you know, the cool effects and get the crowd involved and stuff. And I gotta say, like, yeah, I mean, if you, I'd book you guys.
For 10 minutes.
How much?
For
Oh, I didn't say I'd pay you, but I'd book you, you know?
for 10 minutes.
That's a shame.
Oh no, it'd
I'm
be
gonna
like a half hour, 40-minute set. Like we could use a warm-up band, you know, it makes us look better.
I can do this for
I'm-
20 minutes a day.
Well, I mean, if you're interested, you know, we got a gig on Friday. That's 2 days from now. You know, if you want to like come along, hang out. If you want to do like a warm-up thing, let me know tomorrow. Like, it's cool.
I'm gonna take off my mask.
Oh,
So you start glowing.
It's part of the visual effect, you know.
Yeah, it's not like a huge glow. It's like a faint glow. It's much more noticeable at night. Like in a daytime environment, it's very hard to tell. Like basically impossible if you're not looking for it. So
black out the lights and it just the drama.
Yo, guys, do we want to
illuminated.
book this gig? I mean, we can only do 20 minutes, but
I don't
No, no. You know what? This is where like Michelangelo just fucking like steps off and it's just like, all right, we were just pulling your leg this whole time.
yeah, no,
Wait,
I know. I'm not an idiot. So,
I'm glad.
but to be perfectly honest, for you guys to have this kind of commitment to the bit, like my crowd would love that shit.
Thank you. I
at least we're
appreciate that.
entertaining, you
I
know?
No,
appreciate
honestly,
that.
I just wanted to see what you guys would do. Like, I thought maybe this one here, like, he maybe knows what he's doing with those drums and stuff, but, like, the rest of you, like, no chance. You don't know what you're doing. But I like the commitment, you know, and I think that you did a really good job. You really showed your value as, like, a group. What did you say your name was? The Dragon Killers?
Yep.
Is that like, yeah,
See-
because obviously you're adventurers, right? Like, there's way too much fucking
Yeah.
magic happening in this room, so you notice that as well, that like now you're in the back room, like the language is starting to slip a little bit, and she's a lot less like. There was a much more polished persona that you guys were seeing in the front room, but now she's at the back. She feels like she can relax, given you guys just try to bullshit her for 10 minutes. But she was like, she was happy enough that the music was good and she could jam along to it as well. So, sorry, marmalade along to it as well.
Qua.
Qua.
So what now, yeah?
Um,
You
I
guys
think we're
seem cool.
gonna.
Yeah, see, dragon killing is something we're actually good at.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, for
Like
real.
actual dragons?
Yep.
That's fucking sick.
Thanks.
So, like,
Yeah,
when
and
did you
I'm-
last kill a dragon?
About
5 days.
5 days
Like
ago.
5 days ago?
Before, but yeah.
yeah, a lot. of
4 days ago, excuse me. I get my days wrong.
4
Too many
days ago?
dragons.
No fucking shit. Where'd you find that dragon 4 days from here?
In that huge fucking iceberg
In the
in the
middle of
the sea.
that.
And
There's a-
like,
There's an iceberg in the water? On the lake?
Yeah,
It's September?
yeah.
strange. I know.
Yeah, we
That's
couldn't quite
super
figure out.
weird. Where'd it come from? How'd it get there? Why didn't it melt?
We
Dragons.
don't know.
Dragons and dragons, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I guess white
Yeah.
dragons then? Those are the ice
Yeah.
ones, right? Those are the ice ones?
Yeah.
Or the silver ones
Yeah.
ice? I
No,
forget.
no, the white ones.
Okay.
Definitely a white.
Cool.
White
That's
dragons.
super cool. Have you got any like you take any trophies or anything? You got some like dragon teeth. Dragon teeth are always cool to put on necklaces. If you brought some of those, I'd totally buy some.
We got scales.
Guys, we have to go back. We need to get some teeth. We forgot to take teeth with us.
You guys didn't take teeth. You killed dragons and you caught the dragon
No,
killers. You don't know to take the teeth.
I take out the blood and the scales.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Like you got a vial of possibly anything's blood, but I'm gonna take you at your word that it's dragons, and also a dragon scale. That's pretty cool. But like, you can find dragon scales around. Like those, they shed those. It's like hair off a dog.
Yeah, I guess we got unlucky with the loot.
When we go
Oh,
back,
wow.
Also, like, super rich.
Yeah.
when we go back, let's stop at the iceberg again. And
Just so we can
Teeth.
collect this jawline. What's left of it, at least.
Would we be able to go up to our room and like drop off our stuff so we can head off to like the museums? And are there any like good places to shop around here you'd recommend?
Oh yeah, around the harbours, like where some of the better shopping is. Like, what kind of thing are you looking for?
I mean, we're adventurous. So, any
Yeah, yeah.
upgrade on like stuff that sort of. Like,
Yeah, I'd probably
weapons,
stick
armor, that
around
sort
the
of stuff.
harbour area. Probably like maybe check out like like maybe some of the like weapon shops and stuff over that side. Like you could also check the military quarter. There's a lot of cool shit over there, you know, like there's a lot of military in the in that quarter of the city, like you know, on the northeast corner, you know. Like I would totally check that out if I was you. You know, there's a lot of cool kit there. You can sometimes get some good surplus prices as well. Like if you want to buy some stuff in bulk, you know, if you need arrows or bolts or you know, like you know, basic healing potions, stuff like that. They have a lot of surplus. But there's also like you know, around the harbor, you've got a few specialty stores. Not so much in the way of magic, so much, you know, because like people tend to go to Aimedori, even though the export tax is high. Like you tend to be able to find more stuff that's like specific to your needs than you can here. It's much more like, you know, like you can get bespoke stuff and shit in Aimedori that's maybe like a little more personal, but over here is, you know, sort of off the shelf shit.
Hmm.
Cool. Thank you. That's helpful. Oh, actually, one other thing. Do you know anything about the Bigrid's breath? You know, the weird.
Oh,
boat
the
that's
Bigrid's
been-
breath! Hey, well,
Yeah.
crazy coinky dink! They had a dragon attack recently as well. But they killed that dragon, so I guess you killed other dragons?
Yep.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Was it like a whole family of dragons living in an iceberg? That sounds pretty sweet.
Yep.
Oh, you
There
just
isn't
walked in
a-
there and killed them? Like, what did they do?
Well, they almost killed us. We just walked in there wanting like just to look around, and they almost killed us.
Oh yeah,
So-
that's fair enough. It's
And
an
also,
iceberg
like,
on
the
a
other
lake. Who's not
dragon
gonna want to look,
attacked the
right?
boat, so we knew that it was bad. Like bad dragons, bad
Yeah,
dragons,
yeah.
bad.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Yeah, because like dragon's not so good. Yeah, no, for sure. Oh, that's wild. That's so cool.
It's Qua, dude.
Qua.
Yeah, qua.
Do you know where maybe the crew of the Big Red's Breath is?
Oh, probably drinking somewhere near the harbor. That's usually what crews do, right? You look
Yeah,
like
it is usually what crews do.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure you'd fit in around that way. I mean, the Big Rispretto, it's you know kind of an upmarket ship, you know. That's coming from the Fairwarin guy. What was his name again? Let me just check here.
Fiester Virion? Virion?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Vivian?
yeah. So it's like Viasta Fairwarin. Yeah, Viasta
Fairwarin, yeah.
Fairwarin. Yeah, that guy. So he's you know, he's yeah, he's super rich and stuff, you know, real influential dude, you know, like not so much politically, but like he knows all the right people, kind of politically, but he's not like political himself, but he knows the political people, but he's also got a lot of money. You know how it works, like money
What's
talks,
his
and
name again?
politicians talk also. Viasta Fairwarin was his name, yeah. Like his kid Virion, like they're pretty fucking cool, you know, they come to our gigs sometimes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Super cool. You know,
Any chance
kind of.
you
It's
could-
always super hard though, because you know they're a gnome, and that's you know, it's always kind of hard to tell their age. I honestly have no idea how old they are, but it's like they're super cool. You know, they're super into the band. Like they've been you know, a little bit of patronage. You know, a little bit of daddy's money filtering down and you know making its way into the pockets of us, which is nice. But yeah, they're a cool family. Yeah, there's like it's not often you see elves taking in you know people of other races and raising them. You know.
Any chance you could write that name down? Or someone like just to spell it so it's easy to remember.
Viasta is Viasta.
Viasta.
And Faewarin is Faewarin.
The other guy is Virion, right?
Yeah, the ward of Viasta is Virion.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'll tell you something though, if you ever open a bar or a restaurant, don't offer free food to Viasta. Holy shit, you will run out of money before he runs out of stomach, you know?
Oh
Good
man,
to know.
crazy day.
Oh yeah, what happened today? Like, well, I mean, you killed dragons like 4 days ago. What was today's craziness, you know? Like, was it crazy in comparison to that, or like just like compared to this morning?
Crazy week.
Yeah, crazy week is right. Holy moly. Yeah, there's been so much stuff going on.
What's been going on over here?
Well, you know, like, there's a lot of talk about, like, what the impact of, like, the fact that we don't need to rely on magic for ships now that we have a ship that, like, successfully, like, made a journey without ignoring the weather or the magic, you know, like, what does that mean for, like, the future? Like, there's a lot of people excited, like, can we make these that go on land? Can we, you know, do other stuff with it? Like, what's the potential? Like, Viasta's, he's been real busy, like, talking to a lot of people about potential. I imagine Virion, they're super busy trying to, like, you know, like, figure out, like, you know, I can feel kind of sorry for them, to be honest, because I imagine they're a little overwhelmed. You know, they're pretty quiet. Like, they get into it in the vibe, you know, when they come out and stuff, but I think the rest of the time they're quite, you know, introverted. And then, so with, like, all the attention on something that they made, like, I'm hoping that Viasta's doing a good job of, like, you know, like, being a buffer. I mean, he's certainly big enough, you know what I'm saying? Haha, he's, like, super round, though, seriously. You should stop
Don't
eating.
body shame, man. Don't. That's not nice.
I mean, but seriously, like, he's unwell. Like, it's bad. Like Virion's worried about him, you know?
No. Well,
Keep that in mind.
we drink alcohol to excess, which isn't any better. So.
Hey, well, I sell it, so I don't care about that.
What do you think is like the thing with the boats? Like, what's gonna be different now? Like you said,
I mean, I
that
don't really
everybody's like,
know,
"Oh,
like, you know how it is, like, I don't exactly have, like, super politically active people in here. Well, I do have, like, activists in here, but they're not actually, like, you know, able to, like, influence stuff all that much. Like, what's, like, a couple of, like, you know, like, 30-year-old humans gonna do about, like, some 600-year-old elves who are like, yeah, we just do it this way because this is the best way? How do you argue with that, you know? Like, you're 570 years more experience of knowing what the best way might be. Like, there's a lot of time to make mistakes and, you know how to not make them again, you know? So, yeah, there's, like, some, like, activist stuff that happens, like, out of this bar, but, like, mostly it's just, you know, like, you know, there's no like much politics being talked in here, like just kind of complaining really, which I guess is kind of politics, but not really. I don't know is the short answer. I just said a lot of words that meant I don't know.
yeah."
I'm kind
Should
of
we,
worried though, you know.
Should we get moving?
Yeah, let's go. We're gonna go
Yes,
to
we
the
should-
museum.
Yeah, we should
Okay.
check out these.
Oh
You
yeah,
guys go
yeah, no
try-
worries. Yeah, like if you guys have got shit to do, you know where I am. You're staying here tonight. We can hang out later. It's cool.
Cool,
Sure,
okay.
Qua. So what do you say it was called? It's like Trials and something. One of the military places. One of the museums. You said the cooler one.
Times and Trials. Times and Trials is what
Trials,
it was
there we go.
called. Yeah, that one.
Is it easy to get to from here? Like short walk or?
I mean, they are short-ish. It's in the military quarter. It's like on the edge, though. You know, like more towards the center of the center of the city. That center
Alright, can you
The
point
area.
us
other
in
one
the
was
pouch?
the Proud Elves something something. What was it?
Proud Elves First. Yeah, it's like
Ugh.
yeah, it's a super populist kind of like, you know, propaganda-y kind of place. But it's like interesting to see what people say about themselves sometimes. You know, like it puts things into perspective, like on a national scale. Like when you're putting stuff on a
like-
pedestal and like making people read the little placard underneath it and with like a bunch of dates on it and looking super official and stuff, like if that placard, like, you know, the way that reads can mean a lot to an observer. You know, as someone who's not from around here, obviously, look at the horns.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you're blue. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's big and great. I still can't believe that you're also called Michelangelo. Like, what are the odds? Do you sculpt too?
Yes, I do.
That's incredible! Like, do you sculpt because you heard like Michelangelo, he's a Goliath, and he sculpts, and you're like, hey, maybe I can get in on this train as well? Is it like a franchise?
No, listen, he sculpted way before the other Michelangelo was even a name you heard.
Well, I mean, that doesn't sound correct, you know? Like, can you
It's
speak
true.
Dwarvish?
Yep.
And she reels off a string of rapid Dwarvish at you.
And I just reply. I don't know.
Yeah, she
Like,
basically just says, nah, there's no way that you speak Dwarvish. And you're like, no, I totally
Like-
speak Dwarvish. And she's like, no way!
Qua.
Her accent's different in
Wow.
Dwarvish as well.
oh,
Except for
man.
the qua.
Wow.
It's like, aqua!
I'm just gonna keep the. This is just gonna be a running gag. She's just gonna not think I'm Michelangelo, but Everything about
I can't
me is
believe you speak
Michelangelo.
Hey, you could be Michelangelo. Like, if I thought there was any chance in the world that Michelangelo might walk into my shitty place instead of like some of the like real posh places where there's like people who appreciate his art and stuff, like there's no way. But yeah, I mean, I guess.
You'd be surprised sometimes, you know.
Yeah,
Be
well,
very
you know,
surprised.
like everybody's got an interest, and sometimes trying to assume what it might be is a mistake, you know. Like, if you look at me, you think, hey, wow, she's probably into stone music and, like, you know, running bars and stuff, and, like, that's actually all entirely accurate, but, like, there's other stuff you could assume, because I'm, like, a tiefling that I might like devils and stuff, and I kind of do like in, like, the abstract, but I wouldn't want them to come visit, you know?
I'm not
How-
gonna say my assumption.
Are you in touch with your tiefling or your demonic side? Don't know. That's quite
Well, you
personal.
know, like, I get a card occasionally, but, like, cross planes time's kind of funny, so it doesn't never really arrives on time or even the right year, but, you know, like, I appreciate the effort.
I get a card sometimes.
Yeah, like at this point, you know, like I'm a few degrees removed on like from the fiendish thing. Like most of us are. There's very few tieflings who are like directly related at this point, you know. Like well, I imagine like I've certainly never met any like, you know, second generation tieflings, but like, you know, there's a lot of us around that are like 5th, 6th like me, you know, like it only takes like a little drop of the demon blood, you know what I'm saying? And then that shit's like sticks.
Quad, dude.
Yeah, super cool. Like
Super.
honestly, like I like being different. You know, it's a talking point. It breaks the ice. And sometimes as well, if I don't want to be bothered, I can just do this. And she makes like a real like wide open like bed, like sharpened teeth, and yeah, you're like, whoa, that's different to what's been happening. And then she goes back to like, and you realize that she this whole time, whenever she smiles, like she's very careful to like cover the teeth with her lips and stuff. So like yeah, so I can like turn it on, you know, it's super good at gigs and stuff when some guy's like, you know, trying to grab me and whatever.
Do I have this thing? Like, can I
You're
make myself
you're
look really
you're
pretty?
An angel.
Can I make me
Does it work
pretty?
in the opposite? Can we just go? Nothing. I'll just start shaking him. Like nothing. Please.
Yeah, you
I'm
guys
losing
do
my
your
shit,
stuff.
man.
I'm gonna go and, you know, Cyril, like, he gets whiny if I leave him on the front for too long. He doesn't like talking to people so much. So, you know, I'm gonna go, you know, make sure that he's okay. But you guys just give me a shout if you need anything, alright? Super cool.
Alright, cool.
Alright,
bro.
thanks, Laris.
Holy, I'm gonna need another drink. Just, like,
And
grab
you know
one
what?
off the table.
You know what?
Guys, is it just me or was her scary face kind of sexy?
That's just you.
Just
Well,
me?
just you.
Beyond's like rocking backwards and forwards in the corner crying.
If I could get over an accent, maybe. But I'm kind of.
Oh man. Let's go. Let's
go to the museum next week.
Yes, next week. I was about to say,
Next
like,
episode.
I need
Oh,
another drink was going to be the perfect place to end, but then we had some more stuff happen.
I can't do next week because my husband said I'm not allowed to play D&D when we're on holiday because he's not allowed to work. So
Wait, hang on,
Wait.
what?
What? How are they comparable?
He's playing D&D with us when we're on holiday.
yes, but we might go to Paris on Friday because we're meeting friends.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to run the game from Paris anyway, so sorry guys, no
Yeah.
game next week.
And the week after that,
Oh.
I'm still on holiday.
You're going Paris as well.
Yeah, it's like a
We're-
group thing, so there's
Oh, it's your
like
squad.
Shelly and Neil. Yeah, it's the squad. It's the German squad.
Oh,
It
man.
is legit.
Plus
I've got my-
token English guy and token half French.
Just to give you an
Quarter
update,
French.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I've got my timetable.
Hey,
for
I'm
university.
1/16th South African. How do you feel better now that we're being like now we're drilling down into things?
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, I got my university timetable, and I have university on Fridays at 1 till 3, and then 4
Oh.
till 5. So I'm pretty out.
Oh,
Damn.
but that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean,
So we might need another day anyway. When are you starting?
what other days
Next
work for
week.
other people? Because if I recall, Friday was the most convenient day for Lofty, and I believe that that's no longer such a requirement.
Nope. Yeah, you could just do any day. I don't-
Yeah, so we
yeah.
could move it on to like a Thursday or a Wednesday or a
mean,
Tuesday.
it would have to be like a more evening than like.
I can't do
12.
evenings, my dude. That's
A
why
weekend?
I run this game when I do, because running a game during the day is perfect for me.
What about weekends?
Again,
Oh.
no.
Weekends are just too much stuff happening on weekends.
Yeah, like I'm always I always have like stuff going on. Like the afternoon's the only time I see Julie as well, because like, you know, we sleep at the opposite ends of the day and stuff. So
Mm.
so like afternoons and weekends, I kind of keep them free as much as possible, because there's also like a lot of work and stuff that happens in those times. So like, yeah, I will run the game around noon on a day of the week. I don't care what day of the week it is, but it's going to be around noon. I'm afraid
Okay.
that's a non-negotiable for me if I'm going to run the game.
Well, I'm looks like I'm out then because
That sucks.
I'm at uni every
There's
day.
no day where you're home early or something.
We
mean,
need
I
a
get
season
home-
finale. Whoa.
On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I finish at 11.
Well then,
But
can you play after that then?
it's quite likely I'll be working. I don't know. Well, I'll see if I can.
Well, figure
Like,
it out, man.
if-
Like I would love to have you in the game, but I can't commit to running a game every week in the evening. It's just too much for me. So I wake up in the morning and I'm super fresh and I DM the game. Like it takes a lot of energy, you know, and you know my situation.
Well,